another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, the show for Panther fans by Panther fans. And boy, do we have a hell of an episode today because we have finally found our head coach. His name is Frank Reich, and there's a lot of opinions no matter what way you slice it. Some people think that Steve Wilks got the raw end of the deal. Other people think, man, this is the future of the Carolina Panthers offense, and we are going to have a fantastic show talking about it today. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers podcast goes live. If you would like to join the show, the link is in the description of the YouTube and Facebook video, and I have pinned the comment in the chat box with a link to join via StreamYard. So be a part of the show and talk about some Panthers, man. We've got a ton of stuff to talk about today. But let me introduce my illustrious panel. You already know him and love him. I'm joined by one of the four horsemen himself, the man with the magnificent beard, the Bat Daddy, Greg. What's up, brother?
What's going on, buddy? I'm glad I got to hop on here early today. I'm actually caught up on my viewing, and I was like, I got to talk some Frank Reich tonight because I didn't get a chance to hop on the show yesterday because I was still at work. So after we do these the intros for everybody here, I just need like 2 minutes to give my little speech on Frank Reich here, and then we'll be good to go.
Whatever you want to say, man. That's the whole point of the Friday Free for All.
Nice.
Come and just be honest with it and let everybody know your thoughts and feelings. Next up, my man coming all the way from Maine. You know him. You love him. It's my guy, Drew. Drew, what's up, brother?
What's going on, everybody? Hey, we got our head coach. Now it's time to see what we're going to do. It's time for free agency and the draft. And, hey, keep pounding.
Keep pounding, baby. There's so much to talk about. And, there's a lot of different ways to break this down. And I'm sure we're going to do that today. Next up, you know him. You love him. He's dressed in the orange of the Tennessee Volunteers. Some might say Clemson, but he's going to say Tennessee Volunteers. You know him. You love him. It's Panther Pickle. Kenneth, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? Been a negative day on the radio today, so let's not talk about that. I do want to ask everybody what they think. So far, Reich's rumored to be coordinators, defensive coordinators, are Gus Bradley, still under contract with the Colts, but he runs just your 4-3 defense. He used to be with Seattle for a little while, previous head coach.
Tell him that big name, Pickle. Tell him the name everybody wants to hear.
Vic Fangio, who runs a 3-4 defense. And we all know who Vic is. He's a great defensive coordinator.
Yes, sir.
He was our first defensive coordinator.
Yes, he was the first defensive coordinator. Now, y'all think about this for a minute. The very first quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. And the very first defensive coordinator. And
that's incredible, man. The
best thing they can do is in the draft, like the second round, go ahead and draft that Tennessee volunteer quarterback, and then you'll be set.
Hey, man, there's a lot. We've got a lot of quarterback news tonight, too. There's rumors. The organization loves CJ Stroud. A lot of people think Will Levis might be the guy that fits Frank Reich's offense, and he is skipping the Senior Bowl. A lot of people are kind of dragging him over hot coals for that. Big time show today. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers podcast goes live. Gentlemen, let's get into it. Greg, you were not here yesterday to give your reaction, so I'm going to give the floor to you, man. Frank Reich, the first ever quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, is now our first offensive-minded head coach in the team's history. How do you feel?
Two things about it. One, it pisses me off because I did all this editing for all the shows for the show on Tuesday to put out all these shows, and all we talked about is who's going to be the next head coach. And as soon as I'm about to put him down, the head coach gets hired. So it's like, what's the point in doing the video? So that pissed me off right away. Secondly, secondarily, I guess, Frank Reich is the coach. I'm going to pull for Frank Reich. I hope that he does well. And I'm not saying that he can't. I just don't think he's the right guy. I mean, realistically, look at it. Okay. Frank Reich, yes, he was the offensive coordinator in Philly when they went to the Super Bowl. Under Doug Peterson, with an all-star team and a quarterback that was playing at MVP level. What has he done since then? He was given a chance to go to the Colts and rebuild that team, which he did a terrible job doing. They have not been, competitive really in the last few years. The problem they had was they had to fill the quarterback position, the same thing the Carolina Panthers have to do, and guess what he couldn't do? Fill the quarterback position. He did the exact same thing that Matt Rule did. He got old, tired quarterbacks and brought them in, and they were done. He didn't fill that position. He didn't fix it. He left the franchise in shambles. Well, he didn't leave. He got fired. Okay, he got fired in the 5th week of the season, y'all. I'm not saying this guy can't be successful. I just don't understand why when you have somebody like Kellen Moore, when you compare him to that, Kellen Moore's had a top 10 offense every year he's been the OC in Dallas for the last 5 years. Okay, you can say he's had all-stars with like Dak Prescott and everything, but Dak Prescott is a sometimes all-star, sometimes superstar. He either plays really well or he plays like crap. And guess what? He's been injured the last 2 years a lot. So you've been looking at guys like Andy Dalton and Cooper Rush. Okay, I just don't understand this. The only way I think that I would feel more comfortable at this is if they brought in Kellen Moore as OC under Frank Reich. I'd be cool with that.
So I definitely want to respond to you. But before I do, you were famously not in favor of Matt Rule as soon as we signed Matt Rule. You were the biggest detractor early on. Do you feel as bad about hiring Frank Reich as you did when we hired Matt Rule?
Not even close.
Is this a different kind of thing?
Different kind of thing. Not even close. I think Frank Reich, he may be able to do the job. He may work out perfect. I really do think he can do it. It was just not my guy. It was not the guy that I was thinking. It may work out well, though, and I have faith that he can do it. I just need to see it. I haven't seen it from him yet. The only thing I've seen is him with an all-star quarterback, an all-star team, and a head coach that knew what he was doing.
Okay, so I want to respond to you real quick because I want to come out in defense for Frank Reich because I know a lot of people. And by the way, welcome to Alex A14 Panthers. What's up, my man JD864 from the beautiful Isles of Hawaii, gentlemen? What's up? How are you?
What's going on, fellas? Happy Friday! Happy Friday!
Happy Friday!
I love that throwback Spurs hat too.
Oh, appreciate
JD, what's
it.
up, brother?
I love it.
I'm just tuning in to see what you guys have to say. Share my 2 cents on the topic. How you guys doing?
I hear you, man. All right, so let me kind of retort Greg real quick, and then I'll open the discussion all the way up. Right? Okay. So the first thing that I said yesterday after finding out this news is that if you look at all the other offensive coordinators that the Panthers could have signed, none of them have a Super Bowl ring. And if you want to say that the Eagles are a loaded football team, that's fine, but you can't blame Frank Reich for getting the most out of his players that he had on the football team. More importantly, the man went from Carson Wentz, who he helped coordinate the best seasons of Carson Wentz's entire career, and then after Carson Wentz got hurt, he went to Foles, and Nick Foles outdueled Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. So I believe you have to give him credit for that, number one. And the number two, when Frank Reich went to Indianapolis, it was under the assumption that he was going to tether himself to Andrew Luck for the rest of his career. And Andrew Luck only went one season, and they did go 10-6, and they made it to the playoffs that year under Andrew Luck. So they thought they had a contending football team. Okay, Andrew Luck retires. They go get Phillip Rivers. Now, Phillip Rivers is a very respected quarterback. A lot of people love him or hate him. Whatever, his respect. They brought him in, made the playoffs their first year. Very next year, he brings in Carson Wentz. Now, he has admitted that this was a mistake of his and that he bet too much on Carson Wentz. However, he did help Carson Wentz become the best quarterback that he's ever been. So, of course, bet on himself to do it again. Then the very next season, he brings in Matt Ryan, a former NFL MVP, and they thought they were going to be a contender. And then Matt Ryan falls off of a cliff. They dealt with a lot of injuries. And even in spite of all that, Greg, he still has a winning record as a head coach for the Indianapolis Colts.
But isn't only
So
like one?
I understand that he might not be the flashiest hire in the world. I think that the Panthers could have done tremendously worse.
I agree with that.
Than they did hiring Frank Reich, and I think it's a step in the right direction.
I agree with you with what you're saying on that. And like I said, I'm not trying to say that I don't like Frank Reich. Like the Frank Reich and the Matt Rule thing were on a totally different level. Matt Rule was the wrong guy, and I kind of knew it from the beginning. I had a hunch from the beginning, but I really kind of bit into that. Frank Reich, like I said, he's just not the guy. He wasn't on the top of my list, but he definitely wasn't on the bottom of my list. So, I mean, I just wasn't. I guess for me, Kellen Moore was my number one guy. So when Kellen Moore, and it was between those two at the end, and they're both in the room that day, and we're trying to, I know somebody's going to get signed this day, and it was Frank Reich. Yeah. I feel like I kind of, picked the wrong guy and I lost. But I'm all for Frank Reich. I'm behind him. I think he can do it. I just haven't seen it from him yet, really, like what I want to see. But maybe he'll give me what I want to see with Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, that's fair. So. And listen, it's going to take some time for us to learn who the man is, what kind of coach he's going to ultimately end up being. But let me bounce it around real quick, because another big component to this is none other than Steve Wilks. And that's a big deal. He had a lot of supporters going into this. I'm going to pass it over to Drew. Drew, I want you to tell me what you think about this whole thing. I know you were a Steve Wilks guy, but how are you feeling, man? How do you feel about Frank Reich? What do you think about his future with the Panthers? And what do you think Steve Wilks' future going forward is going to be? But before you answer that, I also want to give this update. The Falcons are not hiring Steve Wilks to be their defensive coordinator. That is going to be, I just had it up here. They just signed the guy. The Falcons have hired Saints Ryan Nielsen as their new defensive coordinator, replacing Dean Pease on Arthur Smith's staff. So right now, Steve is kind of up in limbo. Drew, the mic is yours. What say you, brother?
I think when it's all said and done, Wilks will end up either in college or he'll end up in Pittsburgh.
Ooh, okay.
I think those are probably going to be his best destinations at this point. As far as him with the Carolina Panthers, of course, as you said, I wanted Wilks as a head coach. Wilks never had a shot at this job. Short of Steve Wilks going to the Super Bowl, he did not have a shot at this job. And I know people would say, well, if he beat Pittsburgh or if he beat Tampa Bay and we won a division, still don't think he would have got the job. I mean, David Tepper proved that when it came down to Kellen Moore and Frank Reich. So there was nothing that man could have done to get this job. David Tepper had it set in his mind. He wanted an offensive coach, and he was going to get an offensive coach come hell or high water.
Yeah. So, flat out, do you think Steve Wilks is the better man for the job when comparing him between Frank Reich and Steve Wilks?
I think Steve Wilks had a plan, a comprehensive plan to further this franchise. He had the support of the locker room. He had the support of the fans in the city and probably fans of the organization all around. And so do I think he could have succeeded? Absolutely. Do I hold anything against Frank Reich? No. I think Frank Reich could be a very good coach. I think for him to come in with what he did and impress Tepper and Fitter and the rest of that organization, I'm pretty sure he had a comprehensive plan of his own. I hope that he gets Vic Fangio as his defensive coordinator, because I think that's the key to this whole team. I think they will draft a quarterback in the first round, but that defense is built to be a 3-4 defense.
As you say,
whoever that defensive coordinator is gets it through their thick skull that Jeremy Chin is not a safety. Jeremy Chin is a linebacker. I know a lot of you, Panther Pickle will know what I'm talking about because he's been a fan since day one. Mm-hmm. But we had this problem before back in the very beginning when John Fox drafted a safety out of Georgia named Thomas Davis. Came in wearing number 47, and everybody said he was going to be this freak of a safety, and he couldn't cover for crap. And they thought he was going to be this big bust. Well, somebody got the bright idea, hey, why don't we tell him to gain about 10 or 15 pounds and we'll move him to outside linebacker?
Yeah.
And when they moved him to outside linebacker, he was one of the best in the NFL. And I think the same thing can be said for Jeremy Chin. Get him 10 or 15 pounds heavier, put him to outside linebacker. You come in with Brian Burns, Frankie Louvu, Brandon Smith, and Jeremy Chin, and Vic Fangio as defensive coordinator, you got a problem on your hands.
That's a
Damn, dude, you got me excited just now.
You kind of got me excited too. Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah, Drew got me hype. I love it.
Hire this man. Hire
him. Hey, another thing about it, Etor Gross Matos can still be on this team and be effective because in a 3-4, the defensive ends just need to set the edge, which is something he can do.
And look, literally, I'm about to pass the mic around to everybody. Literally, 6 minutes ago, Frank Reich would like to have Vic Fangio join his staff as a defensive coordinator, momentum gaining for the hire. Fangio was the Panthers defensive coordinator in 1995 when Frank Reich was the quarterback via Josina Anderson. So this is starting to look more and more like a reality. That not only is Frank Reich going to be the head coach, but Vic Fangio, who, let's be real, Vic Fangio, out of all the defensive coaches that are available in the NFL, his name is at the very top of that list. And it's seeming like right now he's the front runner to be the defensive coordinator. That blows my mind, man. That's incredible. I heard JD. I'm gonna let JD jump in on this. Go ahead, JD.
I just wanted to piggyback off of what Drew was saying. Like when you talk about this team being built to run a more of a 3-4 style defense, with the addition of Louvu, like replacing you could have Louvu at outside linebacker position opposite Burns. And going off of this past season, Louvu was the second leader in sacks. But then I feel like that would also benefit players like Barno, who's built very similar to Burns. Like he's a slighter frame, speed guy off the edge. The whole thing with YGM, I've been on here before saying that YGM actually seems to do better when he's on the interior of the D-line. Like when he's playing the defensive tackle, the nose guard type position, when he's lined up next to Burns net, and he has Brown opposite to his left. But for all of that, I did want to say that on the topic of Wright versus Wilks, I'm personally disappointed that the Panthers decided to go with someone like anyone, because there are only a few head coaches that I felt were their resumes stated that they were better coaches than Wilks, but I feel like Wilks is one of those coaches that simply needs an opportunity. Like we don't know that Wilks could very much pull a Harbaugh, like how Harbaugh was with the 49ers, you know. Like he took over, he did a lot of good things for the 49ers for the 4 years he was with them, but someone gave him an opportunity for him to do that. And I was hoping the Panthers would give Wilks the opportunity to show that, hey, I'm a head coach in the NFL. Not to make this a race thing, because I was on Twan's podcast yesterday, and I don't want to make this a race thing, but it does. A part of it does bother me is as a black man rooting for another black man that has success. That plays a factor into it. But ultimately, I don't have anything against. Like, I'm disappointed and upset Wilks wasn't named the head coach, but I don't have anything against Wright. I have a wait and see type of approach with him. I mean, it's up in the air. He's clearly a much better head coach than Rule was. Time will tell if he's the guy for us, and he's going to be able to lead this team to success. But for the talking points of how the defense could shape up with Vic Fangio, like that's the type of shit that brings fans right back in. Like you put these guys in position to succeed, and then the sky's the limit. I'm very interested in how this draft is going to shape up, because I've also been one of those people stating that I don't feel as though there's a quarterback in this draft that is leads better than Matt Corral, and I feel like you'd be hamstringing the team drafting another QB when you could go out and draft a guy who could permanently be opposite of Burns. someone that can help out Derek Brown on the D line. Draft some depth at offense on the offensive line, because we saw against the Saints when Corbett and Christensen went down, the interior just fucking disappeared. Like, as great as they had been all season, the moment our starting guards go down, pressure up the middle is like a flood, a dam broke open. So I don't feel like drafting a QB would immediately fix the Panthers' issues.
Yeah. We have a lot of holes on the team, I feel. And by the way, I don't, especially here on the Friday Free for All, we try and keep all the conversations cool and civil. You know, we're talking about very real issues that are happening in the NFL. As long as everybody stays respectful, I don't care, given whatever opinion you have on it. You know, when it comes to these coaches. And I did want to read this. I'll find it here in a second. I'm gonna read Steve Wilks. He put out a message on Twitter, and I feel like it would be right for me to read that. But let me bounce around real quick. Alex, tell me what you think about Frank Reich and this hire, man.
Yeah. I mean, I was in the same boat. I wanted Wilks to come in and be the coach of this franchise. I thought, for like kind of what Drew said, he got a short end of the stick when it came to this team. He came in like, well, this is Rule's team, and he came in 1-4, just coming out there with just scraps out there, and he made these guys look, more than that, and made us kind of, as Panther fans, maybe not everybody, but some Panther fans, believe that we had a chance to at least be in the playoffs this year, which I didn't think in the beginning. I was like, no way. There's no way. 1-4, this season's over. Trading McCaffrey, trading Robbie Anderson, or getting rid of him, whatever, and then going from there. But so I was on the boat of keeping Wilks. But as far as Frank Reich goes, like, it's not his fault. He came in, and honestly, I think he was the best fit for the Panthers. Just everything that he stands for, offensive-minded coach. He played for the Panthers. I mean, that's big. I mean, just to know the culture. His family's from the area. They know what keep pounding means. Like, they know all of that. So I think it wasn't a bad. I don't think it was a bad hire. I think if we weren't gonna go Wilks, this was probably the second best thing. So
okay. So I mean, there's a lot of ups. I think a lot of people feel like we could have made a worse hire. I'm about to introduce people. I want to read this. This is from Steve Wilks. He put this out on his Twitter. He said, man, I mean, I'm happy for Frank Reich, but I would be lying to you if I told you that I didn't also feel bad for Steve as well after what he has done for the team. So this is what he said. The sun rose this morning, and by the grace of God, so did I. I'm disappointed, but not defeated. Many people built for this, but I know what it means to persevere and see it through. It was an honor for me to coach those men in the Carolina Panthers locker room as interim head coach. Players, coaches, and staff, thank you for your hard work and dedication. I took pride in representing Charlotte, a great city that I love so much. Thank you to my family, friends, and the community for your overwhelming support. I do wish Frank Reich all the best. I will always be a fan of the Carolina Panthers football team. Keep pounding. Psalms 37, 23 through 24. Man, how do you not love that guy, man? Steve Wilks, incredible human being. And I feel bad for him, man. I do. I really do. He gave a lot to this football team. And he was the only reason that we were even contending this season. So it does suck. Let me introduce some more folks. You already see him. He's down there shaking his head as we speak. G baby, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
It's called being black in America, bro. But a lot of motherfuckers on this panel, besides a couple, would only understand that shit.
You can understand it without having necessarily lived it. But I hear you, man. I don't tell nobody how to feel. And if you feel like he was like dipped, as
everyone on this panel wanted Steve Wilks back.
I can't tell you that you're wrong. That's all I can say.
Everyone on this panel wanted Steve Wilks back.
Yeah, a lot of people did want Steve Wilks. Let me ask you this though: can we?
I mean, even if we're going off just resume, of course, Frank Reich's resume, it is what it is.
It's better. It is better.
It is what it is. But at the end of the day, still a fucked up situation, man. And the thing is, the reason why this fucking franchise can never fucking recuperate or even come back from defeat is because of how we treat our own motherfuckers in this franchise. We still have karma for how we treated fucking Cam Newton, and now we want to fucking shit on Steve Wilks. Like, bro, it's fucked up, bro.
Gee, let me ask you: what did you want Steve to get this job? Was he the guy that you wanted?
He's not. He was top 3. I mean, he's not the candidate that at the top of my list. But at the end of the day, I would much rather have him than Frank Reich.
Who were your other two in the top 3?
Let me ask you.
I had Jim Harbaugh, and then I had obviously Steve Wilks, and then honestly, if we didn't, Sean Payton was on my list.
Okay.
But I couldn't come to terms with that because he's a fucking New Orleans Saint, bro, and he shit on the Panthers, bro.
Yeah.
We could never bring that motherfucker to fucking Carolina, bro. Never, bro. I'm so sick of us always trying to dip into other organizations and do what they do, bro. No one's coming to Carolina. I don't see no fucking free agents seeing Carolina as a destination, man. Like, we have to hit on these draft picks, man. We have to, man. It's very, very important, boys, because if we don't, there are very, very, very dark days ahead of us, and I don't want that shit for this organization, man.
Let me. I'm about to let Greg. Well, we haven't let Pickle go. I'm about to let Pickle go. Let me welcome Jay Stubbs into the room. Jay Stubbs, how you doing, brother?
What up, everybody?
What's on, man? Yeah. So, Jay, let me get your opinion on Frank Reich and Steve Wilks, and then I'm gonna go to Panther Pickle and get his opinions.
Oh, you talking about me? Amigo?
Yeah, just jump in, and then I'll open it up to everybody after Pickle.
Yeah, I think that to be honest, man, like I was cool with Wilks unless we're gonna get like, Sean Payton or something. But I'd rather have Wilks than Frank Reich, bro. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, I think the plan is gonna be they're gonna go get that first pick or Justin Fields, either one. They're gonna try to.
Oh my God, who's talking right now?
That's Stubbs.
Jay Stubbs. Hey, bro, I'm so glad you brought that up. Hey, did you guys? Sorry to cut you off, G. Did you guys hear what Warren Sapp said?
Yes,
I did. What did he say?
I can pull it up.
Hey, we have to go get that fucking pick, bro.
I'm just saying. I think that's the plan. I think they're gonna get.
We have to go get that fucking pick,
extra
bro.
picks we got from McCaffrey. Don't plan to have them. Next year's first round pick. Don't plan to have it.
Oh, and a lot of motherfuckers are gonna like this shit, and I don't care who don't like it. Chicago's got the most cap in the NFL right now. Brian Burns is looking for a fucking big ass deal. We don't have no fucking money, man.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I would love to fucking trade Brian
We need a
Burns.
pass rusher, bro. So
I would love to trade Brian Burns for fucking Justin Fields, and maybe even a second, maybe even a third. And if we're able to keep that 9th pick and acquire Justin Fields, come on, man.
You don't even need to give up Brian's to get him, I don't think. Go ahead.
Since you're mentioning that, I thought of something the other day, and I asked this in the Four Horsemen chat we have on Twitter about a show question on Tuesday, but I'll actually ask it today because it's a good question for all of y'all as well. Right now, Trey Lance is being valued as a 3rd round pick for a trade. A 3rd round pick. Okay. We got 2 seconds and a third for Christian McCaffrey from San Fran? Would you be willing to give back maybe next year's 2nd and this year's 3rd straight up for Trey Lance if they were willing to do that?
I'd rather just go.
And then we keep our 9th.
We're gonna do all that.
I'm just saying, and then we keep our 9th. We get Trey Lance, even though he's injury prone. I'm not totally sold on him, but he might be something.
Yeah,
I'd rather trade up and get CJ Stroud, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
No.
Okay.
Well, nothing to do with Trey Lance.
I'd rather see Corral. I'd rather see Corral if we're gonna do that. I mean, because we haven't
I
even
agree.
seen him on the field, so I don't know.
I really liked Trey Lance in college. I do think he has a high. I agree. I would rather see Matt Corral. But yeah, I mean, this is get used to hearing about trade talks because I mean, literally every pundit from every mainstream sports network that I've listened to, they have all said that look for Carolina Panthers to potentially trade up to get their quarterback of choice. And
But the thing is, Cody, it's not who everybody's expecting.
Oh,
well,
Don't say Bryce Young.
We don't know. We really don't know.
Think about this for a second. Frank Reich's the head coach. Think about the type of quarterback that Frank Reich has coached since being in Philadelphia. Size, weight, frame. Think about it for a minute.
Levis. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
I tweeted as soon as we signed him. I said,
Yep.
"Look, it looks like we're signing Will Levis because that's his guy right there. I guarantee you that is the most prototypical quarterback for Frank.
Everybody wants
That's the
CJ
guy he
Stroud
wants.
or Bryce Young or
I'm telling
Justin
you, I
Fields.
agree.
It's Will Levis.
If we're gonna get Levis, we might as well stay at
fucking
9.
burn, bro. Will Levis is not the deal, bro.
I agree. I don't want him.
You
but
guys,
I think that with our head coach,
hold
that's
on,
what he
hold
wants.
hold on, guys. I got something to say. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Is this this is Carolina all day?
Carolina all day.
What's up, brother?
You guys remember when Matt Rule compared himself to Jay-Z?
Yeah.
And everyone kind of thought that was kind of weird, right? Because this fat guy is comparing himself to Jay-Z, the rapper. It doesn't make sense. But the reason why Matt Rule compared himself to Jay-Z was because Rule was foreshadowing that the coach that replaced him would have Jay-Z's birthday, because Frank Reich and Jay-Z, they have the same birthday. But I'm not going to stop there. I have a little more to say.
Okay.
Frank
The
Reich
Illuminati
threw the
confirmed.
first.
Go ahead.
You can confirm that Frank Reich and Jay-Z have the same birthday. That's probably why Rule brought up Jay-Z. But Frank Reich, we know he threw the first touchdown pass in Carolina Panthers history. And he did so on September 3rd, 1995, against the Atlanta Falcons.
It was a good year.
And the Carolina Panthers lost that game 20-23. Like Frank Reich is becoming our coach in the year 2023. But wait, there's more.
Bro, I thought I'm in the Matrix, B.
That game,
that
game happened on. Listen, that game happened on September 3rd, 1995. Now every day has a special date numerology. Listen, just listen here. If you add up 9 plus 3, if you add up 9 plus 3 plus 19 plus 95, it sums to 126. Like Frank Reich was hired on the date 126. I'm telling you that it's all scripted by the numbers. And
if you take 5 plus 5, it's 10, and if you take away 10, it's 0. Good job.
You're muddying the waters here. There's a clear.
There ain't no water there, dude. It's all dry land.
What he's saying is there's a glitch. There's a glitch in the Matrix right now.
That's what it sounds.
No, he's saying this is no what he's saying.
I don't mean any disrespect.
No. What he's saying is that this is in the numbers. This is destiny. This was meant to happen, baby. The numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
What is there more?
It sounds like some gematria, bro. You guys know what that shit is?
I have one more thing to say.
Oh shit!
Since Frank Reich got hired on January 26th, which you can write the date January 26th, 126, and his first touchdown we established had a date numerology of 126. But get this. The Colts fired Frank Reich after they started the season 3-5-1. That's what the Colts record was when they fired Frank Reich. And if you add up 1 through 26, if you add up 1 through 26, every number 1 plus 2 plus 3, if you add up 1 through 26, like he was hired on 126, it equals 351. He's hired on 126 after he gets fired, and they go 3-5-1. If you add up the numbers 1 through 26, it equals 351. It's called a triangular number. You say that 26 is the 351.
E pluribus unum, bro. We all know all CNI. We got you,
dude. Hey, listen, dude. If you could write that out, because I'm in this kind of shit. Dude, if you could write that out and send it to me, dude, that would be fucking awesome. I would fucking.
So when we gonna win the Super Bowl? Can you do that mathematical equation?
Dude, I remember.
Wait, hold up.
Sounds like it this year.
Was that DeMar Hamlin? Was that DeMar Hamlin in the playoffs or no? Well, it wasn't. Are you one of those? I don't know. I don't know if it was him.
The year the Panthers went to the Super Bowl, it was Super Bowl 50. Well, first of all, let's start about how Super Bowl 50 was on the 38th day of the year. February 7th, the 38th day of the year. And the first Panthers Super Bowl appearance was Super Bowl 38. All right? So the first Panthers Super Bowl appearance was Super Bowl 38. And their second appearance, Super Bowl 50, was on the 38th day of the year. So we have.
Hey, y'all notice how your microphone's dipping in and out, and I think that the agents are coming for you. The agents are coming for, dude. You have found the glitch in the matrix, and I think they're getting ready to shut you down, dude. Listen, come back in and out because your microphone's starting to get static.
We need that one music, bro. We need to play the Twilight Zone music again.
Is it better?
That's some crazy shit he's talking about right there.
It's seconds. It'll be 38 minutes.
No, it's still.
This is called the Tinfoil Podcast, bro.
Come in and come out all day, and I'll bring you back in. And by the way,
that is crazy though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no, and dude, like I said, I'm not even making fun of him. I'm interested in that.
I'm not making fun. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying you are. And by the way, thanks to Eric 30 says the Illuminati confirmed. Oh shit, man. Throw them triangles up.
Dude, if you take 14 plus 51, bro, you know what I'm saying?
J Stubbs said, I'm not making fun. I'm just talking shit.
I mean, it's just funny, man. Like I see all that shit all the time, bro.
I don't know what that means. That's just hilarious.
But hey, okay. So real quick, let me revert this back. Is there anyone who thinks that Frank Reich, and I'm gonna go to Panther Pickle. I haven't heard from Pickle in too long. Pickle, do you think that Frank Reich could update and modernize the NFL offense? We've been trying to see the Panthers update. I mean, for years now that we've been trying to have this team come into the 21st century. Do you think that Frank Reich is the guy to do it, as we picture of Frank Reich next to the legendary Sam Mills?
I think that's why he was hired in to do. I've been a Panther fan for a long time. J Stubbs has too. I've always been a defensive guy. I've always loved my defense and my run game. I just have. It's just what I grew up on. It's what I have. It's what I like. I can't help that. I like John Fox. Made a joke about it yesterday, and dang no, John Ellis says it wouldn't be shocking for that to actually happen. That John Fox get a job back in Carolina as a senior defensive assistant. That's
oh my God!
Close to him said, I would like to see that just to see it, just to say yes, it's going to be here. But anyway, that being said,
then we got to bring old buddy back on the podcast because I'm sure he has a mathematical equation for it.
Yeah. Ron Rivera was my favorite. Ron Rivera was the guy I wanted to get it. And he actually got it, and I love that. I've always loved defensive guys. I love Steve Wilks, but there's a point when I said this on Twitter today. There's a point right now that everybody's in love with the offense. There are some really good defensive coaches that aren't getting fair opportunities because everybody's in love with an offense, and half of these offensive coaches getting jobs really hasn't done enough in the NFL to deserve a head coach job.
But isn't
They
that the
really
point, though,
haven't.
Pickle? Pickle, isn't that the point? They're scared to hire defensive coach because you're going to lose your OC if you're good. You're going to lose them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's a solution for that, brother. And I honestly, there is, but nobody wants to hear it. And I'll tell you the solution. If I'm Frank Reich and I want to hire me a offensive coordinator that I won't lose next year, I'm going to hire Eric Bieniemy or Pep Hamilton or what's that dude that got fired in Tampa? What's his name? Leftwich? That's why I'm hiring
Brian
one of them.
Leftwich.
You know why? You know
You're
why?
not gonna get a head coaching job.
Because they're not going to get a head coach job. I mean, it's a sad way to look at it.
Rule number one:
But
stay
it's
away
the
from
truth.
any coach who coaches Tom Brady.
You know,
No.
and I agree to that part. But
I see the
yeah,
look
I had
on
to
G
say
Baby face. I know exactly what he's thinking, but
But,
you know it's the
you
honest
know,
truth, dude.
it is the
It
truth.
is.
You
It
hire
is.
may
those,
not
you
sound
hire any
right,
of those, you ain't
and
got to
it's
worry
not
about
fair,
losing.
but it is a fact. And you know, and I said this a few weeks ago. I might have said this last week. I can't remember. I'm old anyway. But let's be real. The only way to solve some of these issues are to replace the owners. How do you do that? You can't, because only the owners can replace the owners.
We need to set them up with a sex scandal.
And the best way for all that to happen is all the players go on strike. Literally refuse to play.
Yeah, right.
Now, Jay, you know that ain't gonna happen.
They got the worst. They got the worst players association in the world,
You're
bro.
right.
In all of professional
And the
sports.
Players Association don't give a rat's ass shit what the coach says. Way back in the day when Cam Newton was getting ready to be drafted, they had a quote lockout. All the coaches didn't like it, but the NFL and the Players Association told the coaching association, which I'm sure you don't know there is one, told them to go sit in a corner somewhere. We'll call you when we need you. What they told them, go sit in a corner somewhere. We'll call you when you need you.
One of the things that
not fucking matter.
One of the things that I have learned, like just over the course of the past, couple months, Panther fans do not like David Tepper. I do really do a lot of good things.
The dude's Mr. Burns, Cody, Mr. Burns, bro.
I know, and I'm interested to see if the opinion on David Tepper changes if Frank Reich does end up turning this around. Real quick, Locks, are you with me? Locks, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's going on, Locks?
Hey, what it do? I'm just listening in, trying to get in on this subject, whatever y'all talking about. But
hell yeah, bro. Hey,
as far as the Wilks,
tell me what you think about Frank Reich and Steve Wilks, man.
Look, when I gave my top 3 picks, I said I wanted Sean Payton, Steve Wilks, or Frank Reich, and really I had Wilks right beside each other. I wanted Reich, but I wanted Wilks to get the opportunity. I as the weeks went on, I started coming more and more on Wilks, but I'm not mad at the right hire. I hate it for Wilks, but I ain't mad at the right hire though. I had him as my third choice. Basically it was a tie between him and Wilks. They picked the offensive guy. I ain't mad at it. I'm not gonna throw in no race card and say it was a racist thing. I just think from the get go the reports came out that Tepper wanted to go with an offensive dude, and that's what he did.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I think too, man. And I can't tell nobody that they're wrong for feeling the way they feel. If you feel that it was a race issue, then what could I even tell you to make you not think that? Like, there's nothing. What my opinion is when you consider the fact that we didn't sneak into the playoffs, and that it had been an open secret for a long time that the Panthers wanted to go in an offensive-minded direction. And I just think at the end of the day, there was nothing that Wilks was going to be able to do. That's where I agree with Drew. Like, I mean, I really like. I don't think there was much that Steve Wilks could do outside of make a deep playoff push to get this job. I just him being the offensive mind. That's I don't know. That's
Cody, did Wilks even get interviews for any other head coaching jobs? That's what I'm concerned about. He didn't even get any. He didn't even get that. That he deserves that at least. Come on, like
that in itself was not on temper. That is wrestling all the other round.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
I got a question.
Did Atlanta Pickle? Did Atlanta ever interview Wilks, or was that
they interviewed Holcomb? They never interviewed Wilks. Okay. They never interviewed Wilks. Now, to be fair, you never know when maybe I'm assuming, just to be fair, that maybe Wilks' agent circumvented some of that, thinking he was going to get a head coach job. Not saying that happened, but to try to be fair about it. But I got another question here. The last 3 weeks, we've all talked head coach jobs. How many of y'all been in the chat and you hear somebody say, "I don't want a Ron Rivera clone"?
Oh yeah.
Where are them fools at now? I said that on Twitter. Where are them fools at? Where is
we should have never got rid of Ron Rivera, bro.
Dude,
we should have never got rid of Ron Rivera, bro.
I said that, but where's all them folks that said
I
they
agree.
didn't want a Ron Rivera clone?
I'm right there with G Baby. I think we should have never got rid of Ron Rivera. I agree.
Every Carolina legend would still be here, G.
I agree. And he had the
and we would be a lot better than what we are right fucking now, man. I agree.
We had to move on from Ron.
No, Cody, how can you?
Yes, we did. Just because up in that rule doesn't mean that Ron Rivera was the right guy for the job. He had 3 winning seasons in like what?
Absolutely not, bro. That's unacceptable, bro.
Ron Rivera just because Tepper.
Look at what James Bradbury's doing. James Bradbury would still be on this fucking team, bro.
Thank you.
Come on, bro.
Thank you.
Stop it,
baby. I'm with you.
I'm tired of hearing about Bradbury, bro. I would rather have Dante.
Bradbury's shutting down motherfuckers in the playoffs, bro. Come on, bro. We keep fucking up, man. Why did we let Hassan Reddick go?
One at a time.
Here's the problem.
One at a time.
Here's the problem.
Go ahead,
with
JD,
people
and
saying.
then go ahead, JD, and then I'm going to bring in 2 more people.
The problem I have with people saying that they didn't want a Ron Rivera 2.0 is if I were to give you the latest Samsung phone, right? The latest iPhone, and I tell you, hey, this is whatever the fucking name of the phone is, that Galaxy S20 2.0. What does that immediately tell you? That all the issues that the previous version, the 1.0 version had, that means I improved the phone. I made it better. It's still going to have its faults, but I made the phone better. So if you say that Ron Rivera, you say that Steve Wilks is Ron Rivera 2.0, let's go down the list of things that Ron Rivera was able to accomplish when he was the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. The first motherfucker to win back-to-back goddamn division titles. He led a damn team to a Super Bowl appearance. So you tell me that Steve Wilks is 2.0. Does that mean that we're going to win the fucking division 3, 4, 5 times in a row? Does that mean that not only is he going to be able to lead the team to a Super Bowl, we're going to win them? Because he's 2.0. That means he's improved upon what the original formula was.
Where's the clap?
How the hell can you sit here and say, "Oh, I don't want 2.0" when 1.0 actually did better than like what? Like people, use your brains when you're speaking, please. Don't. I am ignorance's enemy. The moment I hear or see something ignorant, don't. If you're gonna be dumb somewhere else. So I'm gonna call you out for it. That don't make sense.
I will always and forever.
I'm in the Hawaiian sunshine with you tonight, JD.
I will always and forever be grateful to Ron Rivera, but you will never be able to convince me that he's the guy that we should have kept.
You're absolutely wrong.
I'll be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll be wrong. All right, so let me introduce.
Person has a right to their opinion.
We never lost in November and December when we had Ron Rivera, bro.
Hold on. Let me introduce 2 more people. First up, my man Anthony. Anthony, what's going on, brother? How are you, man?
What the fuck's going on, boys?
Chilling,
dog. Baby. What's going on, Drew, Pickle, G-Baby, Greg, everyone, man. Excited about the hire, but I wanted Wilks. The NFL's bullshit. I've said that multiple times. really, I'm just hoping the next Infinity Stone is we get the man that's on my little icon right here. So, I'm just vibing with it, man. I'm really excited for what the future holds. And you already know. Yeah, not much else to say. I saw that Fangio, we may get him. So, I mean, I'm not going to shit on Tepper this year, man. I hope he can put this thing together.
I'm down for Fangio for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping he can put this thing together, man. Like it feels like he's finally learning. And let me talk about Ron Rivera for a second. So this is how I see Ron Rivera. This is how I see it. If Ron Rivera didn't have Cam Newton, we would not be having this conversation.
And Luke Kuechly, bro. And Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly changed all them bullshit plays.
Exactly. And I get what JD's saying because, Steve Wilks probably could have been better than Ron Rivera because he's in a new era and he's seen more modernized defenses, offenses, stuff like that. But I think Ron Rivera's time was going. He needed to go, bro. He needed to go. I just think Tepper didn't get Matt Rule. He wasn't the right hire. So many people looked at it like, oh, well, I wish we kept Ron Rivera. But if we hired a different guy, people wouldn't be saying that.
Yeah. That man said, I love a 7-6 game, bro.
If Cam Newton didn't, like, you can make the argument that if Cam Newton never got hurt, then maybe Ron Rivera never gets fired. But again, it's like if, ands, and buts. I'm gonna let you go, Pickle. I promise I'm gonna let you go, Pickle. God of Blackness says, "Get the fuck out of here, Ron cheerleaders." The $10. Appreciate you, God of Blackness. And then, hey, he's waiting. Let me introduce Jordan, my man, Big Jordan. Me and him have been driving the Matt Corral train since day one. Jordan, what's up, brother? How you living? You're on mute if you can hear me, Jordan.
My bad. I'm good. I hope y'all good too.
Doing good, man.
Y'all brought a good point up. I think Anthony just did. I'm thinking like if Frank Reich was in the interview and he said I'll bring in Vic Fangio, like that's probably what ended Steve Wilks like interview, like his candidacy right there. Like you get Frank, offensive minded coach, and Vic Fangio. I think that's a win-win. And I also want to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead, Jordan.
Say it again.
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was going to change the subject to quarterbacks. You know, I love the quarterbacks. But
yeah,
if
man,
you have something to say about Vic, you can go ahead and say it.
Oh, but yeah, no, I was just going to say that you're right. But when you look on Twitter, I forget who it was. I can try and find it. They said that's what I think it was Will Kunkel. That's what put Frank Reich over the edge. He had a laid out plan of the coaches that he wanted to bring here. And apparently he had already been interviewing coaches because he's allowed to do that. He wasn't employed by an NFL team. So he was already interviewing guys saying, hey, I'm probably going to get this job with Carolina. Do you come here?
Hey, Cody.
I got the spot for you.
It sounded like an OG went into the meeting with a bunch of young motherfuckers and had all the wisdom and knowledge, bro. To be honest with you.
That's it. Cody, that is what it is. 1,000%. Go ahead.
You think you took a shot at Matt Rule in that press conference today?
Oh yeah, I'm about to play that in a minute. We're gonna react to that.
You gonna play?
I think he took a couple of shots at Matt Rule.
That shit was hilarious, bro.
You gonna play the Frank Reich interview?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we have some.
Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about because he said when we play it. Because look, his history tell us that he's going to draft Will Levis. Straight up. I can't lie to you guys. That's what they say.
Agreed.
But when he said today, it literally sounded like he watched a video of somebody describing Bryce Young and then just came on here and said it. Because when I hear it, it's Bryce Young, straight up.
Yeah, he was like, I like a real shit quarterback.
Hey, was that YB? Was that Jordan G?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, don't do that to me, dog.
When you listen to the video, he can't describe any other quarterback.
Don't do that to me, bro.
Play the video.
Don't do that to me, bro.
I'm serious.
You got me feeling a little giddy inside, bro.
Bro, I'm serious. He couldn't describe any other quarterback.
That video.
Hey, Pickle, we don't want to hear that shit, bro. We don't want to hear that bullshit, bro. We ain't on that shit, bro.
Shut up, G, baby.
Let him talk.
Shut up, G, baby. Shut up when your daddy tells you to shut up.
Oh shit!
Bro, y'all cool the fuck. All right, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I like that. One of the things I like about that video is he outright said, I can't pronounce the special teams coordinator told. I can't pronounce.
Bruce Tabor.
Tabor. He said Tabor's doing an excellent job. He loves it.
Yes.
Basically. He also shouted out the offensive lines. And that right away told me that he's going to keep them two guys. That means because I had read where part of the disassociation with that ex-Saint coach was the fact that he wanted everybody out. He wanted everybody under Tepper out, and he was going to be the only guy in charge. He wanted all the coaches out, and Tepper wasn't in for all that. So
He's tripping.
But he was. But that man crazy anyway. He go back to New Orleans and go play
what about Frank Reich?
Some shit. So, and yeah, anyway, I don't want to talk about Robert no more. But I liked that video, and that gave a lot of hope. I'm just curious. I just can't wait for the draft.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the draft is going to be fun, man. There's a lot of things available to us. So I'm trying to find the single clip of Matt Rule where Frank seems like he takes a shot at him. I got the whole interview. I don't want to play the whole damn thing, but hey, since we're kind of already talking about quarterbacks, let's shift to that area. Do you think now that Frank is the head coach, that this increases the likelihood that the Panthers are not even going to just draft a quarterback, but that they might trade up to draft a quarterback? Does anybody think that's more of a possibility now than it was?
Hell yeah.
100%, Mari.
Hell yeah. I'll tell you right now, I think the quarterback room is going to be the rookie, Matt Corral, and don't be surprised if Jacoby Brissett is in the room to mentor these
I would love
guys.
that.
I'm telling y'all right now. And he's not a bad.
That's too good to be true.
He's not a bad quarterback. He doesn't have to necessarily start the whole season, but he knows Frank Reich's system.
He ain't a bad one, but he ain't a good one either.
Hey, bro, fuck a fucking Jacoby Brissett. Fuck a fucking Derek Carr, man. If there's anyone I'm bringing back to fucking Carolina, that's fucking Cam Newton, and that's to put fucking ass back in fucking seats, bro. I just watched the fucking NFL season, and I kid you not, I can name fucking over 12 QBs that are not as good as Cam Newton coming off the fucking couch right fucking now, man. That's bullshit. Fuck a Jacoby fucking Brissett, bro. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Let me ask y'all this. Derek Carr has been the name.
Turn off your earphones.
Derek Carr has been the name.
Hell no.
That has been heavily
Derek Carr too, and I'm a Derek Carr fan. Cody Lack, bro. This is a restart, boys. I'm sick of doing the old shit. Bro. No,
Jay, let me ask you something. And I'll ask a question about quarterbacks. Okay, let's say we trade up and draft a quarterback, right? Okay, hypothetically we draft a quarterback. Do you want the quarterback room to be the drafted rookie, whoever that is, Matt Corral, and Jacob Eason? That's the only three we got on the roster. Okay?
I would be mad at that.
Now, it's common sense should say, well, we need somebody. We need somebody that can play backup. Because as you very well know, because you lead the league in saying this, that Pee Wee can't stay healthy. Damn, you got me saying that, man, Pee Wee. You see how you say Derek Carr can't stay. You say Corral can't stay healthy. Now we know Jacob Eason might be a nice guy, but we don't want to see him play number 2 behind a rookie.
He got to get a CDL soon.
Who we hope don't struggle, but chances are they're going to struggle. Okay, we got to have a veteran somewhere that can at least help out when he needs to. So which veteran would you want? Now, don't include Cam because we don't know whether Cam wants to come back or not. If I was Cam, I wouldn't come back.
Bro.
But
I feel like I'd take Cam Newton over any fucking veteran. Y'all
okay,
are
that's
slipping,
nice.
man.
That's nice. What's your number 2?
First of all, if I'm taking Bryce Young, or fucking CJ Stroud, I'm gonna fucking go ahead and see what I can get from fucking Matt Corral. If I can get a fucking 5th round pick, 6th round pick, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna trade Pee Wee, bruh. And then I'm gonna bring Cam Newton in as a fucking bridge QB, man. Put ass backs in seats. Bro, I'm so sick of seeing Bank of America with other colors than black and blue, dog. Do you know how embarrassing that shit is, man?
Cam Newton says no, I'm not coming back.
Dude, there's no. Hey, I'm telling you right now, if we go trade for fucking Justin Fields, do you know who his mentor was? It was fucking Cam Newton. That's his best friend, bro. You don't think he would come back and mentor fucking Justin Fields, bro?
That's great, my friend, but please let me answer. Who was your number 2 if Cam says no, I want to stay retired?
Wait, hold on.
As a bet, pickle, as a bet.
I gotta put the pause. Before we go deep on Cam Newton conversation, this is the clip where people are saying that shot at Matt Rule. So y'all tell me what you think.
On the agenda is, building.
So by the way, some context. He was asked, what is going to be the first thing that you're going to do now that you're the head coach of the Carolina Panthers?
And the staff. Very excited about that. We're committed to giving our team, one of the best staffs in the NFL. Mr. Tepper's made that clear that, hey, let's bring in the very best, Frank. Let's bring in the very best. So, that'll be a methodical process. That's not just one, hey, come on, let's go. This isn't just call up your buddies. Let's go to work.
I was going to ask if you had made any.
Next on the agenda.
He said this.
He was like, "Yo, hey, you coming? You coming?"
Yeah, he said this isn't. He said this isn't just call up your buddies and let's go to work. Damn, that
I like that shit. Okay. You gotta give me a little butterflies, Frank Reich.
We have to give Frank Reich a chance, man.
We got a smile out of G baby. What the heck?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Give Frank Reich a shot. He's
there's one thing you can never take away from someone that's older than you, and that's fucking wisdom. And that's something my grandpa told me. Bro, the old people know everything, man. They're old for a reason, man, and that's wisdom, and I can't take that shit away from that man, bro.
Hey, let's start listening to Pickle. Pickle got the wisdom. Pickle got the wisdom. You gotta start listening to him, man. Come on.
He set you up.
Now that's funny. That's
do
funny.
yourself a favor. Every day, right before you come on the show, eat you a nice big fat pickle. Then you're smart as me.
Hey, yo, pause, bro.
Y'all dumb as hell. Right now.
Hey, now listen, Jay. I didn't say nothing dirty. If you take it that way, that's your own business.
No, dude, that's hilarious.
We don't need to know everybody's business.
But all right, look, hold on. But okay, no, I know y'all want to talk about. So I want to do that. They were talking about CJ Stroud and Benjamin Albright. This was before we hired Frank Reich. Benjamin Albright said, "I wouldn't be surprised if they were the team that traded all the way to number 1." Albright said, "I do think CJ Stroud is the apple of their eye. Obviously, the scouting process hasn't completely played out, but I do think to people, CJ is the guy that they've kind of eyeballed." So
let's fucking go, baby. Let's go.
Wait, what happened?
They said that CJ Stroud is like the quarterback that the Panthers are eyeballing.
I've been trying to tell y'all, bro. That's what I want. I want to get number 1 pick, baby, and get him.
Get that Will Levis shit out of here, man. Get that
Will
Levis.
out of here, bro.
Get that out of here, man.
We don't deserve
Well,
that,
you know,
dude.
if you believe what we read a minute ago, then and you add this into that, we could just trade to the number 2 pick and still get our guy because the
I was
Bears
thinking
will
that too.
take Young.
They're not trading Fields.
Chicago would trade out number 1, bro.
I don't believe that.
Well,
I
I'm
think
just saying if you calculate what's
No, but
what
Houston's not going to trade that pick though because they want a quarterback, so they're not going to trade their second pick.
Hey, maybe they'll trade it for Fields.
What do you think it would cost to go from 9 to 1 to what next year's 1 and then
I would say it'll take 3 first-round picks.
Off the rip is 3 first, then you add
I think
some.
it's 3.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did y'all? No.
They're getting number 9, bro.
In the top 10.
In the evidence, what's what teams have done in the past.
Hey,
Look at
Derek,
what San Francisco traded.
they were a mistake.
3 spot.
The
Hey,
Panthers.
Jason.
That was for Lance. Look what San Francisco gave up to move to the 3rd spot for Lance, and understand it's going to cost more than that to get to the 1 spot.
Hey,
But I think-
Stubbs,
What's
you
up?
You said what is it gonna cost you? I think Thanos already told you what it's gonna cost you.
Everything.
Everything.
Well, I guess we gotta go for the head then, huh?
No players though. I'm not giving them no players. They getting picks.
Hey, Frank Reich's gonna go get his guy. I don't give a
Hey, hold on. Why did we trade McCaffrey though? Did we trade him to draft more YGMs, or did we trade?
Thank you. Who's talking? Is that Anthony?
Yeah. So or
Thank
did
you,
we,
bro. Thank you.
or did we trade him so that we could go make a move like this? That's why we did.
Well, either way, we need new players regardless. So
that's what I'm saying. I would rather put all my apples in one basket to go get our dude instead of hoping these later round picks turn out to be quality starters.
hey,
Yes.
Panther fan
That
base,
makes sense.
brace yourself for when McCaffrey wins the Super Bowl this year. By the way,
Hey, that's okay. Go get that ring, white chocolate. Go get that fucking hardware, bro.
I'm down for it, but
That's another reason why we ain't gonna win shit. We did Christian McCaffrey dirty as fuck.
I believe the Eagles are going to clean this clock.
I think so too.
I believe so too, people. I believe so too, people.
I do believe that.
Hey, Pickle, I'll put 10 on it. Up straight up, I'll put 10 on it.
I think it's going to be a Kelsey versus Kelsey Super Bowl. Travis versus Jason. That's what I'm thinking.
Christian McCaffrey, Super Bowl MVP. Book
Kansas City's not beating Cincinnati.
I got them doing it.
You think Mahomes is going to lose to Burrow 4 times in a row?
Yep.
So.
Hey, Mahomes MVP, right?
That bum ankle
MVP, right?
turn his ugly head in that game.
How many times did Peyton lose to Brady?
Oh,
just saying.
He lost a
Just
lot.
saying. How
He
many times
lost
did
a
Peyton
lot.
lose to Brady? You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Kansas City's not that well built on defense.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Bengals are a much better
defense
team.
is way better than Kansas City's, and
Bengals are
Kansas
much better.
Yo, that
got destroyed.
it's so crazy. That line changes every day, bro. Every team's favorite by
does.
one every other day.
I wish I would have said that in 2 days ago.
But you know what doesn't change for Cincinnati? Joe Cool.
My brother has been the last 4 AFC Championship games. That boy was so nervous he didn't even go this year, bro. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna stay home." I was like, "Yo, for real?"
Wow.
Yeah, but he shook, bro. Joe Burrow got Kansas City fans shook. You hear me?
Yeah, I bet he does.
Hey, let me just give a message real quick. So on StreamYard, we can have and in the background. So I keep getting the message of people trying to join. We're basically at capacity. In a little while, I can filter some people in and out to get some more voices. But we're definitely a full house right now. And maybe we can own point in the future. But right now, it's kind of first come, first serve. You kind of got to be here.
I can hop out.
I'm gonna hop out in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, same. I'll be out in like 10 minutes too. I'm trying to beat out of
okay, but look, this is my fear that everybody's going to jump out all at once, and then there's enough people to fill in. So look, if y'all don't have to go,
Cody, like I'm here for enough 10 motherfuckers in this motherfucker. G, I got you, bro. What you talking about?
Dude, I'm cool with everybody. I'm not rushing anybody out. Nobody has to go if they don't want to. I'll just probably I'll pick 1 or 2 of you every once in a while, and I'll filter some other people.
Hey, yo, change the next comment, bro.
The 49ers, by the way, when they traded up for Lance, they traded their 12th pick of that year, a 3rd round compulsory pick, and they traded the 1st round picks in both 22 and 23. So they have 3 first round picks and a 3rd round pick.
Yeah, but that was a mistake, though.
Well, yes, it was. I'm just saying that was just to move up to the 3rd spot. You know, it's going to be more to move up to the 1st spot.
Well, this draft's not really that hype, though, is it?
They went from 12 to 3.
They went from 12 to 3. We'll be going to 9
from
to
9 to 1.
Hey, but my thing is, this draft's not like super duper, is it?
No, and this is the thing. If you look at every team in the top 10, there's only 2 or 3 that need QBs, and we're one of them, man.
Exactly.
But the other ones are in front of us.
I understand what you're saying. I've done that, but you never know when a team's going to draft a quarterback. Last year, nobody really thought 49ers would draft a quarterback, and they did. Or not last year when they got Lance. They traded up, and they go, really? Because Jimmy G was playing
Green Bay did it.
Right. And then
Packers
Green Bay
did it.
did it. You don't know. If you're Atlanta got Ritter in the 3rd round last year. They don't really have anybody else after that. They've got that free agent trash pickup they picked up last year.
They might pick another tight end, bro. Who cares?
And I mean, if you look at the rest of them, you don't know what they're going to pick, really. So
yeah, and we, again, we just don't know.
No.
But Cody, you know what happens, right? After the combine, bro, it's going to be QB hype galore.
I know. Especially after if Will Levis and CJ Stroud have a really good combine, yes, Young too. No, it's going to be hype on the quarterback.
That's why we need to trade now.
Hey,
nobody's going to trade right now.
I want to ask Jordan a question. Because I know me and Jordan, we've been the loudest banging on the Matt Corral drum. I'm not ready to give up like a lot of people are. I also understand that what I want don't matter for shit. The Panthers are going to do whatever they end up doing. So, Jordan, my question to you is this basically kaput for Matt Corral? If we go up to get a CJ Stroud or a Bryce Young, what do you mean for Matt Corral?
If it's CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, I don't think Matt Corral plays ever for the Panthers.
And give Bryce Young his fucking 9 back, bro.
But if it's Anthony Richardson if it's Anthony or Will Levis, I think Matt Corral we're going to keep the job till he get injured. If he get injured, hopefully he doesn't.
If it's Bryce or CJ, we are going to trade Matt Corral, and that's
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for talking some sense.
And that's
I don't even think that they're going to trade
Matt Corral. Look at San Francisco.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade Corral.
Goes down, you need a quality backup in order to come in and keep the train rolling. They're not going to trade Corral. Why would you?
What team would give you anything for Matt Corral?
But that's
not even a 5th round pick, Pickle. Not even a 5th.
No. Why would they surrender a 5th round pick? They could get a developmental linebacker. They could get a developmental player for a 5th round pick. And you're talking about a guy who only appeared in a couple preseason games. One of them he got hurt. The other he looked like trash. Granted,
why would you trade him when you have him in a rookie contract?
That man threw it right to the offensive lineman, bro, right in his back.
I mean, you can say it wasn't his fault. That may or may not be true. That may be true, I'm saying. But the fact of the matter is, if you're another team, why are you giving up a pick for a guy so far that doesn't fit?
Hasn't done anything.
We'll probably keep Sam here on the cheap deal, bro. Probably.
Think about it.
Again, if you're Carolina, why would you trade him? I would not trade Matt
Corral. This is why. Because
I let Frank Reich develop him.
Hold on, I want to hear Anthony. Go ahead, Anthony. I want to hear why you would trade him.
I would only listen. I have nothing against Matt Corral. He could be very good in this league. But my stance is, if you have a veteran quarterback like a Brissett or even a Cam Newton and you draft another guy, do you think Matt Corral would want to be that 3rd string type of guy, or do you think maybe he would want to, go somewhere where he has a chance to compete for a job?
But think about this, Anthony. You bring in a veteran just to make sure if those guys aren't ready to play, you have a veteran that can go out there and start week 1.
Exactly.
But if those guys show that they're ready, you don't need that veteran. That veteran can sit on the bench and hold a clipboard.
And you still might need him.
You don't get rid of young talent on rookie contracts. That helps your salary cap, and that helps you bring in other players to build your team overall.
The wildest thing about it is
on lower salaries help you build teams. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts on a rookie deal. That's why you got all those Pro Bowlers on that team, because they can afford to do it with a rookie quarterback.
Who was their backup this year?
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew on like a veteran minimum contract.
I mean, if you look at the two teams,
you keep Matt Corral. If something happens later on and he has to go out on the field, you got a quality backup that can come in there and keep the ball rolling.
Pee-wee's a broken bone away from fucking being out an entire season. Why not get what we can right now? Why the price is high, bro?
Bryce Young, you got no room in calling nobody Pee-wee.
That's true.
That's Pee-wee, bro.
He's smarter than everybody.
Your favorite
Who
player
is not
Bryce
bigger than
Young,
Matt Corral?
You got no room to call anybody Pee-wee.
Bryce Young.
When those official height and weight come out, we'll see you on the combine, G.
5'10".
Y'all gonna be
He's
shocked.
not about to
That's my
be
guy.
taller
He's
than
official
He might be
weight.
6 feet tall,
He may
bro.
grow a few inches. You never know.
Because I don't want
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Bro, he's less than 22 years of
Don't go
age.
there.
He's still a young man. He can't gain weight.
All right, let me ask y'all this. Let
Growing
me ask y'all
beans.
this.
I
Let me
mean,
ask y'all
frames
this.
are frames, G baby. You know what I'm saying?
No. You can definitely put on weight. Everybody
Like, come on now.
I'll do that. I've done it
He's
before.
still growing. He's still a young man. He ain't even 22 yet,
No,
bro.
he's
Fuck out
not,
here, man.
dude. If Matt Corral is
Dude,
the tallest
Emmanuel
he's
Lewis
gonna
was
be,
50 years
so is
old and he
Bryce
still
Young.
wasn't number like 4'11".
Yeah, man. It's,
You understand
the
that
frames are
Lamar
frames,
I
bro.
have
Jackson
yet
was
to hear you
208
guys talk
pounds?
about his fucking play. Talk
Hold on.
to me about his fucking play. Stop talking to me about his fucking height and his weight, bro.
It's the reason
Lamar
why
Jackson
I've
was
been.
208 pounds last year.
It's
This
one
year
of the
he's
reasons why
230
I
pounds.
came.
He's
It's
230.
one of the
Bryce
reasons
Young.
why I came around to what Cody and what why Big Jordan was saying after he was drafted, and then when you compare Corral's college film to what Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, and all these other upcoming QBs have done in college, you go and you compare teams. Corral did what he did his last year in college with a bunch of second,
Nobody.
third rounders on his squad. Bryce
Yes.
Young had how many
They weren't drafted.
top? That's what I mean. Like if you're comparing talent, Corral did what he did with lesser talent, and you're not about to stand here and tell me that the quarterbacks coming out of this draft are significantly better than Corral. So why would you waste draft capital on a QB who's just as unproven as the guy that's already on the roster when you could go out and do what the 49ers have done, which has made their entire team so fucking good that they can take their last quarterback, last player drafted in a draft, throw him out there, and their team fucking somehow gets better. Or you could go the Eagles route. You could draft a QB and then allow him 2-3 years to develop. You're going to have to sign some big name free agents. You're going to have to sign some guys on the defensive side of the ball, and hopefully your team is good to go after that. I'd much rather go the 49ers route because look at what the 49ers are doing. Not to say the Eagles aren't a good team, but the 49ers are built to last a little bit longer, in my opinion, than the Eagles. So
It took the 49ers 4 years to get to that point. Frank Reich don't have no fucking 4 years, bro.
49ers, they get
He's
no
gonna
draft
go
picks
get
the
his
next like 4
fucking
years.
guy, bro.
Max, this is what I'm saying.
Time is fucking ticking, man. What are we waiting for, bro?
Time is ticking. Like
God damn.
We've already seen that Tepper has a short leash, man. Like if Wright doesn't make the playoffs one of these first 2 years, he's probably going to be out the door. And it's just because of the situation. Like if you want to build the 49ers that way, then you might as well get your guy now, because our roster is not like complete. Our roster is not a Texans roster to the point where we have no pieces or anything like that. We finally got a complimentary coach. We hopefully are going to get a good DC. We have an up-and-coming offensive line. We have a good wide receiver. We have a solid defense that just needs a couple more depth pieces. We are not that far away from contending, man. We are not about to like tear this thing down. I think if you get your quarterback this year and you sign a veteran and let him show them the ropes, you can.
DeAndre fucking Hawkins, man. You give that QB DeAndre Hopkins and DJ Moore with our fucking defense, bro.
Hey, before we start
on the defensive end,
we don't have a tight end. We don't have a defensive end.
defensive tackle. Nobody's saying defensive tackle.
Yeah,
but nobody's saying defensive tackle.
Let me say this.
Another corner.
We need another wide receiver.
Let me say
We
this.
need a third wide receiver.
Wait. Anthony, hold 1 sec. Because Greg is getting ready to leave. But before he does, he bestowed upon us a beautiful new bumper, baby. Oh, shit. It's subscriber shame, damn it.
Yeah.
100 people watching, 70 thumbs
Brick
up.
gang.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers podcast goes live, bringing you Panther coverage year round. That's what we do, man. Greg, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. You said you had to jump out, right? Is there anything you want to say?
No, man. I mean, I love the conversation. Look, I made this one right here, the bumper. It's different colors and it's got the dice because look, we never know what's going to happen on the C3 Panther or on the Friday free for all. That's why it's like a
That
roll
shit
of the
was
dice.
fire.
And this shit is fucking fire, man. Everybody on here is on fucking fire. That's where the colors are at. But seriously, 163 people, and hit the thumbs up, man. It's free.
Yeah,
It helps us out.
It's
Keep
a damn
pounding that
right
thumbs up,
game.
baby.
You got all
Yep.
your people watching, and they can't hit the freaking thumbs up button. Come on, people!
If you're in the chat room, you must like what you're watching. That's all I'm saying. But check it out. I do have to hop out of here. I got my show starting in about 40 minutes. Geeks Chasing Squirrels Across the Multiverse. It's going to be a really fun show tonight, man. Cody, I'll send you the link if you want to join. But we've got a lot of things to talk about.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about Bad Batch this week. We're talking about The Last of Us, the 65 trailer, the new
The Last
Shazam
of Us
trailer,
is good,
the
bro.
menu.
Yeah, I'm loving Last of Us.
We're going to do a slight intro into Hunters, the series on Amazon Prime, and then next week we're going to cover the whole series. So check it out. We do all kinds of media, books, television shows, movies, all the good stuff people like to watch. We're on there. We talk about it every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Cody, if you want to get on, let me know. I'll send you the link, and keep pounding, y'all.
All right, keep on.
Appreciate you, Greg. Appreciate that bumper, man. All the work that you do, much appreciated. And yeah, y'all check out Geeks Chasing Squirrels Across the Multiverse, man. Go check them out. Greg, appreciate you, bro.
And subscribe to that fucking podcast, y'all. What the
It's
fuck
really
y'all
good,
doing,
man.
man?
Appreciate
And
it.
that's the shit show, man. I was on that shit one time, and I'm gonna tell you, man, that shit's pure fire, bro.
I appreciate you, man. Hell yeah, come on more. Shit, we'll have you in the show one time. Get something you want to watch. So hit me up. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. Later.
All
All right, later, Greg. All
I think Andy was
right.
talking.
So, yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me go back to Anthony. Anthony had a point of his man.
Yeah,
go ahead,
hey,
Anthony.
Anthony, talk that yak, bro. Talk that fucking shit, my G.
So what I was saying, with the defensive end position, right? We should have re-signed Hassan Reddick, man.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say this right now. I know there are a lot of Dante Jackson fans, and he is not bad, but you could have got Hassan and Gilmore for the price of Dante Jackson. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. And Dante's not a bad player, but you know, that's something that we probably would have had. Our defense would be in a much better position to where it's like, okay, we can focus more on these offensive holes than looking back on these depth pieces we need, because you still have to pay Brian Burns. You still have to pay this 2020 upcoming class soon.
Derek Brown.
Yeah.
We don't have to pay Brian Burns shit.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
Dude, we got no pass rush as it is, bro.
We don't, man.
You gotta pay him now because you didn't trade him for that premium. So
I say we trade Brian Burns, man.
Well, I wanted to trade.
We
him,
have no pass rushers, OG baby, at all.
I understand that, bro, but this is a fucking rebuild, bro. Come on, man. We gotta somewhat get some fucking young dogs on the end, bro. Look, I know y'all love Brian Burns, bro.
Yes.
G baby, if Vic Fangio is our defensive coordinator, Brian Burns goes from a 4-3 defensive end to a 3-4 outside linebacker. He will be your TJ Watt at that point.
Yes, I like that.
And how about this? Why didn't we play Amari Barno more last year, bro? Because in the last game of the season, he looked like a quality starter, and I was hoping that we would have
It took
played
him all year to learn what he learned.
He was hurt too, right? For a little bit.
No, that was Brian.
Okay, we've been in this 4-3. Now we're about to switch to the 3-4. Hey, there's my dog, G Cavassier, man. What's good with you, G?
Hey, let me welcome my brother G Cavassier to the stream. G, my brother, what's up, man?
Hey, how y'all doing tonight, y'all?
Doing good.
Doing good, man. How are you, man?
I'm doing okay. Just listening and watching the show, man.
Heck yeah, man. How you feel? I know we talked to you a little bit yesterday, but let me ask you this: do you feel like it's more of a possibility that the Panthers trade up for a quarterback now that Frank Reich is the head coach?
I want to say, yeah, I can see it. But see, the thing is, with me, the way I look at it, if we trade up to get a quarterback and give up this year's first and next year's first, that's just like if we would have got Sean Payton, it'd have been the same thing. Would have probably had to add a player. But with Frank, the way I look at it, he knows how to develop quarterbacks. Because you've seen what the hell he did to Justin Herbert. You've seen what he did, you know what I'm saying, when Andrew Luck, when he was coaching Andrew Luck. Look at his stats that 1 year that he was there with Andrew Luck. And Andrew Luck, I think, went to the Pro Bowl that damn year. You see what he did with Nick Foles and everybody else, you know. But
Andrew Luck had his best season with him, bro.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck had his best season with Frank Reich.
But it's to me, I agree with that one dude. I don't know your name. The dude with the damn glasses. What's your name, brother?
Drew.
The black dude with glasses. What's your name, man?
Drew.
I agree with Drew 100%. I believe you're gonna have to. The smart thing is to get a veteran to come in, show this rookie quarterback the ropes. Now, see, with that being said, you got Matt Corral. This will be his second year in the league, but at the same time, he didn't play last year. He played in the preseason, but so it's like an iffy situation, man. I just don't want Frank Reich to be in the same situation he was with the Colts, with the quarterbacks, because y'all know ever since Cam left, it's been a fucking carousel of quarterbacks for this damn team, y'all.
Hey, let me say this. I think part of the reason Wright came here was because him and Tepper both had the mindset like, okay, we can sign a veteran, but we have to get our guy in this draft. I don't think Tepper would have hired Wright if he was going to do this carousel shit again. That's just my opinion. I really don't think that's going to be the case. If you bring in a veteran, I love Cam, man. I'm one of the biggest Cam fans. I've seen him so many times live. But, man, just let the man be free. He's playing Madden, smoking cigars. Just let him be free, man. I don't think he wants to come back. A realistic veteran option for this team is Jacoby Brissett. If you hate him or not, if you hate him or love him, he knows the system, and he's a solid guy. He played better than Deshaun Watson did last year. That's crazy to think about.
Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Why Jacoby Brissett over, say, Sam Darnold? Like, what does Jacoby Brissett do that doesn't?
Legit question. You can say that Brissett's body of work, he's safer with the ball than Sam is. Like, honestly, we had Sam for 5-6 games this season in which he looked like a game manager. Potentially, he could be better than what he's shown in the previous years. But prior to that, Sam has been extremely careless with the football. At the very least, with Brissett, you're, dare I say, Teddy Bridgewater, like a stronger,
and he knows
arm,
the system,
more
right?
athletic.
He knows the system, right?
So,
hey,
I mean, personally, I wouldn't be against Sam coming back. Like, if Reich is this quarterback guru that a lot of people are saying he is, and we saw what Sam looked like with McAdoo as his OC, could Reich possibly get Sam to show that, hey, I'm a game manager at worst?
Jacoby Brissett, 2 seasons with the Colts as a main full-time starter, and last year he's averaged 30 touchdowns, 12 picks, 65% completion. He's just more consistent, in my opinion. He's a more safer option. I also think you're gonna have you can get him for a cheaper contract than Sam Darnold. I feel like Sam Darnold is gonna want a good amount of money.
That's where I disagree, Anthony. I think that it's going to be a lot. I mean, I kind of think he would be a lot cheaper than Jacoby because Jacoby has had multiple seasons starting, and he played well last year for the Browns. But I don't know. I also think that Sam Darnold is more physical as a runner. He's also a threat to run. I don't think Jacoby Brissett is a threat to run like that.
He'll move, but he's not a threat like that.
Has he played under Frank before? He played under Frank, right?
Yeah, he played under Frank.
Yeah, then he's definitely going. Yeah, it could be him. If you know the system, it's a no-brainer.
And let me say this: Jacoby Brissett's not going to have a game where he completes 5 passes for 40 yards. Like, I'm sorry, man. I respect Sam Darnold, but he is too. You do not know what you're getting from Sam Darnold on a week-to-week basis. One week he'll come out and he'll throw this amazing pass, and everyone will be like, damn, man, maybe he should be our quarterback. With Brissett, at least you know what you're getting from week to week. You're getting that same, like, 210 yards, a touchdown or two, a pick or no pick. Like, it's just the same consistency for what Reich is probably looking for.
Let's also remember, before we get off track and I think of this, something Wright said in that video, that he loved the run game. So if you're going to go out and start Brissett or a rookie quarterback, you're going to run that football no matter how much fans don't like it, what they want to call conservative nature. You're going to run that football. Wright already said he loves the running backs. So
I'm cool running the football.
That's every quarter, no matter how good a QB is, that's every quarterback's best friend.
Tom Brady won 6 rings off that shit.
You have to
part
run
of the reason. I mean, I feel like that stems further. Like, if I could have a conversation with Wright and the people in charge with the Panthers, I would very much try to argue. Like, look, we don't need a QB this year, though. as the conversation and days carry on, I'm starting to come to grips with the fact that the Panthers are more than likely going to draft a QB for the second straight year in the draft. My hope is that whomever is the starting QB, the best thing you could do for him, because our offensive line is solid, but the best thing you could do for whoever the quarterback is give him a solid run game and give him a good defense to work with. Because the Panthers, this past season, like going into the season, I said that I felt like the Panthers had a roster that could run the table with any team in the NFL. The thing that I had a question mark on was coaching. Was Rule going to be able to get out of his own way? And we all saw how that unfolded. As the season played out, it became more and more evident that, like, a lot of people talk about the corners in the Tampa Bay game and how Evans scorched the secondary. He had over 200 yards receiving, 3 receiving touchdowns. And the cornerbacks, the secondary, it deserves a fair share of the blame. But on each one of those throws, I vividly recall Brady having all damn day to throw it.
Yep.
So what's the best way to, like, in the very same vein, a quarterback's best friend is having a solid run game. Well, a quarterback's worst enemy is being put on his damn back every time he snaps the ball. Even if he's able to get it out of his hand, you throw it and a second later, somebody's popping you. You're holding on to it. You're waiting for a guy to get downfield, and all of a sudden, this 300-pound, 270-something pound dude is fucking driving you into the ground. The Panthers didn't have that outside of the very player that a lot of people talking about they don't want to pay. You go ahead and let Burns walk. There will be no pass rush this upcoming season.
Like
the Panthers,
if you trade Brian Burns, why would Vic Fangio want to come here?
That's true.
No, I completely agree.
I put up Jacoby Brissett's stats from 2017 and 2019 when he played for the Colts. His 2019 stats was he had 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 60 completion percentage. We ain't had that in Carolina in so long, and that's under Frank Reich. His first year, and he played 15 total games. And then in 2017, he had 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 58.8 completion percentage. So he got better as he played. But just 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 60 completion percentage. That sounds crazy. We deserve to get Jacoby Brissett as a backup. That'd be awesome.
That sounds, you know what, man? That sounds good. And this is what people need to realize. Our old line has gotten so much fucking better. Because Sam Darnold, in a lot of games, he looked good as shit. He had time to damn throw. And I'll be the first Panther fan to say this shit. The injury bug came and hit Carolina hard. It hit us hard. It took out Sam Darnold for a little bit. It took out Matt Corral for the season. It took out P.J. Walker. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion,
Jeremy Chin.
Mention Baker Mayfield?
Yes, Jeremy Chin. And then Baker Mayfield came here, and that shit was a damn.
J.C. Horn.
J.C. Horn, exactly. My opinion, if Sam Darnold would have started like 3 more games, we would have made the damn playoffs. And I'm not a Sam Darnold fan. I never have been. I didn't like him. He was at USC. I didn't like his ass. But
that's a fact, though, bro, for sure.
He played pretty damn good this damn season. I ain't gonna lie.
Baker was horrible.
That O-line is sexy as hell. In my opinion, any daggone free agent quarterback can look at that O-line and be like, you know what? Maybe I can't have time to throw behind that O-line. That's just my thought, though.
That's my whole spiel. Like, if with whomever the head coach is this upcoming season, when you look at the talent that the Panthers had on the roster this past season, and you say, like, whomever we draft, whomever we bring in, you're going to need competent quarterback play. Like, if you're going to be a team that runs the ball, tries to control the clock, you're going to need a deep. Like, I'm all for of the mindset that I want my D line to be able to hold it down. And I wanted to hop on a few weeks back and mention this. And I know it's a sore spot for a lot of Panthers fans, myself included. In Super Bowl 50, why did we lose that game? It had nothing to do with Cam was a terrible quarterback or we couldn't run the ball. The fucking Broncos D-line alone, they held it down. You need a pass rush, the D-line got you. You need to stop the run. They didn't have to do shit with their defense. I don't recall one blitz in that game. It was all with their D-line. So if we can get our D-line right, maybe we're not running a 4-3. Like, that's my bread and butter. That's what I was raised on.
Me too.
That's what I grew up on, 4-3. And if not the 4-3, I was always more of a nickel guy. But if we go to a 3-4, can we have a D line in which we don't have to send additional pressure? Because that's what did us in against the Bucks. Our D line couldn't get home. Evans got over the top. So whoever the quarterback,
they said this years ago. Do we have the personnel? You guys' opinion to run a 3-4? You guys,
I believe we do.
I don't believe we do, man. We don't have no big motherfuckers.
We don't.
Yeah,
Did you say that Derek Brown's trying to lose weight
I
early in the
understand
season?
what you're saying. The older style of 3-4, your linebackers was 375, or not 3. They were 275. Some of them a little bit bigger. Nowadays, if you look across the league,
250.
your linebackers are around 250, 245. They just are. Now, I didn't really Hassan Reddick in a 3-4 opposite of Hassan Reddick going to be free agent this year. You know he's. I mean, let's just think about that shit. He's going to be a free agent this year. You know he's.
I
still
thought
got,
he signed a 2-year deal with them.
He's eligible for that bag, though.
4-year deal. No, Hassan Reddick got a 4-year deal. What
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
It's like 3-1, I think.
Okay, look it up.
Yeah, he did. Hold on, I'll look it up right now.
Hey, Cody, didn't you talk about Derek Brown losing weight in the beginning of the year? Like it was part of your report?
Yeah. So one of the things that I had put out from some of the information that we had gotten from some sources closest to the team, they had said that Derek Brown was a little bit of weight to more of a pass rusher instead of just a nose tackle, one tech type stopping the run up the middle. That Derek Brown wanted to be more of a pass rusher, so he was lightening up in order to do that. I mean, if we went to a 3-4,
I thought we drafted Derek Brown to be this big gorilla motherfucker, man.
I thought Derek Brown balled out this year.
He
I ain't gonna
is he
lie.
not?
Pickle, I sent his contract in the free for all.
I got it. I got it. I bet you.
All right, so hey, hang on one sec. All right, so hold on, time out. JD popped out. He said his battery was dying, so that gives me an opportunity. I'm going to filter some more people in. Hold up, let me get my safety guard. All right, hold up. And by the way, this is something else I did want to share too, that most of the Panther players are basically behind. They're basically behind Frank Reich, even though they were supporting Steve Wilks. So they know what's going on moving forward. Next up, my man,
what do you expect
the
them to
myth,
say,
the
Cody
legend.
What do you
Wait, hold
expect
up,
them to say?
man. I gotta introduce my man, the main man himself, Connor. Connor, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Well, nothing much. I just returned from snowboarding in Beach Mountain all year long. I'm either playing football or snowboarding.
It's time you cover your mic.
Dang, man. It sounds like you were having a good time, man.
I had a day off from
Hey,
school today.
what do you think about Frank Reich? The Panthers hiring Frank Reich.
I'm pretty happy about it. I mean, I wanted Steichen a bit more, but now that I feel like Reich might have actually been the best decision because he was a bit more experienced.
Yeah, both have a lot of experience. I don't know. I mean, I think Frank Reich definitely has the most experience. He's got the Super Bowl ring to be able to show for it. So, yeah. Hey, let me welcome my guy Panthers Drew to the stream. Panthers Drew, what's up, brother?
How's it going, guys?
Doing good, doing good. How are you, man?
What's up,
Oh, out here having a good old time. You guys not pumped about Reich, huh?
I mean, I am. I mean, not everybody agrees, but dude, let me tell you, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I'm happy about it, man. I think.
Yeah, I think he's got
I
think he'll turn
coach.
Corral. I think him and Corral make some magic, man.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, I like that.
I love it too, man. I'm not ready to give up on Matt Corral. I mean, I'm not. I know he doesn't have a ton of fans, but I consider myself to be one of them, and I think that he has all the talent that you want at that position. Could you imagine if we had a similar situation like the 49ers? Damn. You're only paying for a quarterback that's like on third round money. You would be able to build the team around Matt Corral. That would be awesome. Now, whether or not
Bengals gonna get ready to get their ass whooped Sunday, y'all.
Well, I think
Well, the Bengals have been calling. The Bengal players have been calling Arrowhead Burrowhead, and there was been groups at Arrowhead chanting that. And it says Chris Jones walked off after seeing them, and the Chiefs players are very well pissed. Now, y'all know Burrow can get his ass whooped for that.
Hey man, Burrow's a cold criminal, dude.
Yes, he
Hey,
is.
that might not even. Yeah, that might not. Hey,
got lucky last week.
we're gonna talk about it here in a little bit, but I would still pick. My mind's still on the Bengals, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
think they're gonna do it.
Because Kansas City, they got a good offense. To me, their defense is not good at all. I do not see.
It's about to be Bengals 49ers. It's about to be Bengals 49ers.
The Bengals were my pick before I read that because I had heard rumor. A friend of mine at work said he saw a video that was leaked from practice, and it said that Patrick was limping pretty well, but
I see the 49ers. I see the 49ers and the Bengals, my opinion.
That would be
no, my bad. The Eagles and the Bengals, because I'm not sold on the Brock Purdy train. I'm not sold on that dude, man.
Yeah, that's my pick by and large is the Eagles. I just think that the Eagles' defensive line is better than the 49ers O line, and yeah, they gonna and the 49ers are coming. They're coming to Philly for that game. So.
All right, you already know that the Philly Panthers and all that kind of stuff.
And you know what makes me sick? I be seeing on NFL Network and ESPN, especially ESPN. They be comparing Brock Purdy to Kurt Warner. I'm like, come on, man. Are you serious? Are you there? I'm talking about, it was like Kurt Warner's story. No, it's not. He's Mr. Irrelevant, everything like that. But Philly puts that defense on him. We gonna see. We gonna see.
The only thing is, I think the Niners are better at stopping the run than any team that Philly's played. Yep. It's going to make that game kind of I think I'd take the under on that sucker, too. I just think that 49ers will pull something out. They got so many weapons on that offensive side. It's just insane. It doesn't matter if it's, Purdy. You give him your guys' boy out there that for the Browns, he'd probably be tearing him, too. Trying to trade for
because the defense is going to help the 49ers out. This is my opinion. The 49ers are going to get some turnovers, and they're going to put Brock Purdy in a short field predicament or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if he does little check downs here and there, they can kick a field goal, and he might throw it to Kittle, whatever, and he'll get a touchdown, whatever. But I think their defense is going to save them, tell you the truth, if they win. I still see the Eagles winning, though, man, my opinion.
Who you got, Cody?
Man, dude, that's so tough. Philly, they have a really explosive offense. Like, they're a big play offense, man, with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Like, they have all the weapons to do whatever they want to do. And look, man, you also have to give credit to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has balled out this year. Like,
yes, he has.
The same kind of jump that Josh Allen took in his third year, I think Jalen Hurts had that same kind of jump this year. He's playing forever.
Thank you for bringing up the Buffalo Bills. I got a question to ask y'all, but go ahead.
I mean, I think that Jalen Hurts, I mean, he might be the difference maker. Hey, let me ask y'all this. PrizePicks has Brock Purdy at 215 passing yards. Would you go more or less than 215 against the Eagles defense? All right, what about Jalen? All right, what about Jalen Hurts at 242? Would you go more or less?
Rushing or throwing?
No, passing yards.
More. Hurts is going to go up.
More.
Questionable secondary, in my opinion.
I tell you what, they better have a good left tackle because Bosa going to be coming after his butt, man. I'm telling you. They coming. But I think Philly, I think Hurts, he'll get maybe 215, maybe 210. It's going to be a defensive game, my opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
Let me ask you a question real quick, y'all. I was thinking about this last week. Do you consider the Buffalo Bills frauds
No.
You're not. Let me say this about the Buffalo Bills. They are not frauds, but at the same time, you need a run. You need to be able to run in this league when you very much have to, and that's something they still have not figured out. They do not have a run game, and your main source of running cannot be your quarterback.
Yeah, Buffalo got a little bit exposed too, because the way they've been winning is you get up big and you force teams to throw. You can run on Buffalo. They don't have a very big offense. Their linebackers aren't that good. Edmonds is overrated. Their defensive line is super soft. But when you get up on them, then they can get after you. You know, all they got was some speed rushers. Even they're not that great without Von Miller in there, but that's a recipe for success for them. They don't come back very often. If you get up and you're able to run, look at the teams last year who beat them. The Colts, who had Taylor running on them, Derek Henry ran on them. That's how you beat Buffalo, and that's how the Bengals just beat them. You know, just ran it right down the throat.
Sean McDermott not be to get the Buffalo Bills over the hump?
I don't think he will. I
They need
think
to
Josh
get-
Allen was better than that.
In my opinion, with Sean, do you think he's safe after this season, or you think they're gonna cut him? You guys' opinion.
I really don't. I don't think he's safe, G. And the reason why I don't think so is because look at what the Panthers just did. Is to hire the offensive-minded coach, and the fact of the matter is now the Bills. But you saw it with Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll left, and a lot of people think that Josh Allen hasn't been as good without Daboll as his coordinator. So whenever you have that defensive-minded head coach, you're constantly going to be experiencing that turnaround of offensive coordinators. And, I mean, that could be death for a team that's that cohesion year after year after year. So I could easily see – so, for example, if Sean Payton comes out next year and he doesn't have to give any draft picks to New Orleans, he can go sign with Buffalo if Buffalo fired Sean McDermott.
Yeah,
I just don't see that happening because Buffalo's lost for so long that I don't think I think their owners are content what they're doing now. I know people don't believe that, but I believe their owners are content just making the playoffs. But I know McDermott ain't, and I think this will knock sense into McDermott to understand that you can't win by the way he was trying to win. He needs to go back to his roots a little bit, and also the same guy that many people highlighted as a possible head coach candidate, the offensive coordinator that they got, you could tell this was his rookie year calling plays. You really can. Yeah. Because you and they have some veteran play callers on their roster. I was amazed after that game or during that game when I went to used to be the Panthers offensive coordinator under Matt Rule before he got fired. Buffalo Bills fans were asking him to take over play calling because they didn't like Dorsey's play calling. Then
They all came from Carolina.
Some of the people on that thread were saying, "Wait a minute, Shula's up there too. Let him call plays. He's called plays in playoff for Super Bowls before. He's better than Dorsey. So I wouldn't be surprised if certain things happen up there that maybe even Sean McDermott's more prone to pull if next year starts out that Dorsey struggles calling plays.
Because the Bills, to me, they're like the Panthers North. I swear, man. They are like the Panthers.
Yeah.
Keep rumbling, baby. Keep rumbling.
This change that we're doing on this team with the offense and the defense, it may filter out it may eliminate the Panther to Bills train line. That's steam
pipeline. It's real quick, and y'all can tell me if y'all think I got something wrong. I'm doing an all quarterback entry. I got Brock Purdy at less than 215 yards. I got Jalen Hurts at more than 242 yards. That one I feel iffy about just because the Niners defense is so good. That one's tough. I got Joe Burrow at more than 272 passing yards, and I got Patrick Mahomes. At less than 274 passing yards, baby. Let's get it. So, hey man, that's prize pick. Like to make you a little bit of cash, but then go ahead and download Prize Picks today and play daily fantasy sports. Make sure you use the promo code C3 when you sign up. All first-time users that deposit and use our C3 promo code receive a $100 instant deposit match up to $100, 100% instant deposit match up to $100. If you deposit $100, Prize Picks will give you $100. If you deposit $50, Prize Picks will give you $50. Man, people are winning all the time using the promo code. So get on Prize Picks and tell them C3 sent you, man. So wait, let me welcome Zesty. Zesty, what's up, dude?
Yo, what's up, guys? You guys hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you sound good. How are you, man?
Doing good. My camera's all acting goofy. Got it all my Panther gear in the background, but it won't even turn on. We good. All right. I don't know. I was driving home at the beginning of the show. I don't remember who said it, but they started breaking down the possible future of the 3-4 defense with Fangio. Oh, with Chin at linebacker. I've been saying that forever. Oh my goodness, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get some hate for it, but G Baby was started saying it first, like but Cam Newton. When I heard the Frank Reich video today, and he was describing what he needs in a quarterback, I know he's old, but he described Cam Newton. I still think he's got that fire in him. You gotta, at least as a backup, a mentor for anyone. I mean, he'll bring the heat. He'll show him the ropes, and I mean, best case scenario, I guess he'll win a couple of games.
I would love it.
I
God,
just don't
if Cam came back, oh my God, I'll be happy. If he actually played good. The only thing with Cam, that damn shoulder, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he actually healed from that shoulder, man.
What's good? I just of course it'd be awesome to draft someone in the top 10, as a quarterback, but we need other pieces, and to be able to trade up to give away those picks, it's pretty much we traded McCaffrey for a quarterback. And a quarterback doesn't fix everything. I would love to take those draft picks and fill our holes with good players and not just wishy-washy people. I think that'd be freaking awesome.
Because I would love to see Ken go back as linebacker, and somebody else I want to see to play linebacker the full season is that rookie we got last year, Brandon Smith. Oh my God.
Yes. So one thing that hasn't been talked about,
and Barno
contract, Shaq Thompson. With the revamp, you think we're gonna keep Shaq Thompson? He's been great. I mean, he learned from the two best. You know what I mean, Luke and Thomas. But
he's the most okayest linebacker we got.
Yeah,
I know, but I wonder if it would be a mistake. I know he's expensive, but I do wonder if it would be a mistake to get rid of him, since you have a lot of brand new coaches coming in. You might want that veteran presence on the defense. Now,
what's weird? I think if we went 3-4, he'd be a good middle. One of the two middles linebackers in there. He'd be solid as a 3-4 linebacker.
Yeah, he was.
Put him and Brandon Smith on the inside. Brian Burns and either Amari
Barno.
Amari Barno, or maybe even Jeremy Chin.
Yes, Jeremy.
Forget about Frankie Louvu.
You know who I like in the draft?
How can we forget Louvu, man?
No, he had Louvu had a breakout season. He did amazing.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
7 sacks.
Hey, real quick, get out of here. So I'm gonna give Drew his out. Drew, before you go, give me your predictions on the AFC and NFC championship game.
Bengals.
I'm thinking it's 49ers and
my bad,
Bengals.
Drew. Hey, my bad, Drew. I meant my bad.
Not this Drew.
I forgot. I forgot I got two different Drews in here, man. That's my bad. Drew from Maine. Give me your predictions for the AFC and NFC championship.
Bengals and 49ers.
Bengals and 49ers. All right.
We're the same anyways, Drew.
Yeah.
I could have made that pick for you.
I'm definitely going to give you time to change your opinion if you feel you need to. But who would be the Super Bowl winner? Bengals or Niners?
Ooh, now that's Ooh, Bengals
I say-
49ers. I gotta go with Kyle Shanahan on that one.
Ooh.
I mean, I know the Burrow going to back-to-back Super Bowls, but you gotta give it to Kyle Shanahan, and I think Nick Bosa got something to prove after that Kansas City Super Bowl loss.
Oh yeah.
So I would take the
Absolutely.
49ers in that one.
Yo, speaking about the Niners with
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
if it's-
Well, Drew,
if it's
hey, I
using-
appreciate you, Drew.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, let me just give Drew his out. Drew, I appreciate you. Much love as always, brother. Anything you want to say before you get out of here?
Hey guys, new era Panther football. We're gonna keep pounding, and hey, let's keep moving forward.
Good seeing you, Drew.
All right, guys. We'll
That's
talk
it.
to you guys later. Keep
All right,
pounding.
much love, Drew.
Keep pounding, Drew.
All right, later, brother.
Later.
So I've got 2 more spots trying to get in. I've got some room if y'all want to get into the free for all. The link is in the chat room, and it's in the description below the video on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, now, Drew, sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead, man. What were you going to say?
Oh, you're good. The other Drew, no, I'm good. I was just saying the same thing he did. I think if 49ers and the 49ers and the Bengals, but I don't know. I might take the Bengals on that one though.
Yeah,
maybe the Bengals be the new. Maybe the Bengals will be the new Bills, where they go 4 years in a row and get bounced each year.
Joe Burrow is playing so well, man.
I was a little kid. I vividly remember that Super Bowl between Cincinnati Bengals and the 49ers. Joe Montana and Boomer Esiason. Have the pickle. I know you remember that, man.
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, vividly remember that because the first Super Bowl I can actually like really remember is the Bears going to the New England Patriots. I was living overseas at the time. That was the first Super Bowl that I can like really recall watching with my dad.
Yeah.
That Bear defense
Hey,
was.
I'm curious. Hey, Connor, how old were you in 2015, bro, when the Panthers went to the Super Bowl?
Oh, I believe I do remember. I wasn't exactly a huge football fan because I wasn't really into football that much. But I do definitely remember the Super Bowl party. I think I was 6.
Okay, so yeah, that's some of your earliest memories of Panther football. Is the Panther Super Bowl? Right?
I am so old.
I'm so old.
Yeah, 16. I'm
so old, man.
Hey, Connor makes everybody feel old, man. Connor's the next generation of Panther football out here. But
here's what I remember about that. My dad, the day before the Super Bowl, he went out and he brought me, you know how like there's those jerseys, but they're actually like T-shirts, like they're jersey T-shirts essentially.
Yeah.
He went out and he bought me a Luke Kuechly jersey T-shirt.
Nice,
good pick.
Then we were
that's
at
a
home.
great pick.
I remember like it was yesterday. We had balloons, we had cake, and then I wasn't really paying attention to it at all. And I just asked my parents who won, and they said the Broncos, and I said, "Oh, okay."
The first Super Bowl that I remember watching was the Denver Broncos versus the Green Bay Packers.
I remember that.
It was the I think that was the last Super Bowl that John Elway played in.
That helicopter play.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That was it. That was the first Super Bowl I ever remember watching, like from start to finish.
First Super Bowl I saw.
What was that? 98.
97.
No,
I think it was
that young. I'm glad that Super Bowl 50 isn't taking place right now, because if I watched that game right now, oh my god, I would go ballistic.
Dude, G. Cavassi, what yeah, that was 90s. I think that was 97 that the Packers and the Broncos went to the Super Bowl, and then the very next year it was the Falcons and the Broncos.
Yeah, because that was I was a senior in high school, so yeah, because it goes from the year before. So the 1996 Super Bowl that was played in '97 was Green Bay against New England, and then the following year.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Oh yeah, that was good, man.
That's when Favre got his ring.
Oh yeah, and I'm a Brett Favre fan. I love that dude. I got heat for so many years, but I love Brett Favre, man. Brett Favre and John.
Yeah,
Elway.
I used to love missing Brett Favre too, man. Brett Favre could chuck that.
What makes me sick is people compare Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. That's just wrong.
Hell no.
That's just wrong.
Yeah, it is.
That makes me throw up. They are nowhere near identical.
No way.
But Brett Favre today would not have done all them starts that he did because you remember many times Brett Favre come up there, he ain't fit to play, but he'd do one handoff. And sit down on the bench. They wouldn't do that nowadays.
Hey, my boy Anthony has to get out of here. Anthony, you know I always appreciate you coming on the show, bro. Any last things you got for? Oh, give me your AFC and NFC championship predictions.
All right, so I'm going with CMC, baby. That motherfucker's getting his ring this year. Let's go. And I mean, I don't want to do this, but I think Mahomes is gonna win this week, man. I really do. I may be in the minority with that, but I don't think he's gonna lose 4 times in a row. And last thing I gotta say is, it's a new era of Panthers football, boys. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully, we can catch a lot of dubs this year, build the team, get our guy in the draft. You know, all that good stuff. But I appreciate hanging out with y'all, as you already know. I gotta head out, but keep the show running, boys. C3 for life, and keep on pounding, boys.
No doubt, keep pounding.
Keep pounding, bro. Keep pounding. All right, I'll see y'all next Friday, man, for sure.
All right, peace and love, brother.
All right, yes, sir.
Peace, man.
Hey, so I wanted to go back to Derek Carr for a minute. Look, no one's excited about Derek Carr. Okay, I'm not. I mean, no one is really jumping for joy over the prospect of Derek Carr. But do you think that now that looking for a new team, Panthers have a good offensive line, we have the offensive weapons, do you think the organization would be willing in Jimmy Garoppolo if they wanted a veteran quarterback presence on the team?
If any free quarterback, I would want Jimmy to come to Carolina. I've been saying that for weeks, man. Hell yeah. But see,
if you want whoever the backup is to start, pick up Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy over Derek Carr?
Hell yeah. God, yes.
Okay.
I think it really matters though if Derek Carr gets cut or not. I just don't want to trade everything away for another retread.
I would never trade. His cap's too high. I would never trade for Jimmy or for Derek Carr. If they had to sign him, it would be through free agency. And the Derek Carr before this year was serviceable. Okay, I'm not saying he was great. Personally, he would be a lot. He would be to me. He would be better than Jacoby Brissett. Not counting that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Hell
yeah.
But the Derek Carr you saw this year is just trash. But I don't blame that on Derek Carr. I blame that on the head coach. The head coach has ruined quarterbacks before. He's been when he leaves Belichick and he becomes his own head coach. You remember Jake Plummer? He ruined him.
Kinda.
And he went to Denver. He destroyed Denver. Then he went back to New England.
He's a cheater. He got caught. A lot of people don't remember. But he's in Denver and they was doing good. And he got caught cheating.
Yep.
He got caught.
Well, you got to learn something from Belichick.
You damn right. That's why. They're cheaters, man.
Cody, I sent you a link there in the chat, in the private chat. It's an old video of one of the first Surpers. Y'all got to check that out. Some of y'all, Connors, you need to check that video out. It is cool compared to the Surper now to that Surper.
Yeah, probably night and day.
Is it the video of him fouling the live ball?
No.
This
is a very
live ball.
This is Surper, y'all.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
that's when they were playing in Clemson.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Year one.
Yep. I remember him.
Man, they had Sarah Purr butt naked out there. Giving him some pants. Damn.
The guy that actually is in that costume, to be honest, is
Pickle.
Practice squad. No, it ain't.
that was that one of your first jobs?
I probably
Pickle?
was old enough to do it there. I'm probably that old, but it wasn't me. I would have done it though if they'd asked me to. But
hey, so look, I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna ask y'all this. If you had your pick and anything that you say goes, who's going to be the starting quarterback of the Carolina Panthers next year?
Ooh.
Whoever wants it. Go ahead, Connor.
I'll say this out. I think that the starting quarterback next year for the Carolina Panthers, and I think that he will be the straight up starter. I think he's gonna beat out Matt Corral in training camp and in preseason. And as much as I am questioning this, I do believe it'll be CJ Stroud. Here's the thing: I'm questioning this because, I just want to put it this way, okay? If Ohio State was in the SEC, Ohio State would be nothing, and I don't think CJ Stroud would be as good as he is right now if he was in the SEC. But with that being said, I still see a lot of talent there, and I think that the Carolina Panthers are going to be aggressive enough to go out and get him. Now, I do see the Panthers also potentially, and actually, I'm not even going to say potentially, this will happen. They will most likely sign a veteran guy in free agency. I wouldn't be surprised if they sign I would say Jimmy Garoppolo, but I'm kind of wondering. He kind of showed earlier this year that he kind of still does have a bit left in the tank above a backup. So I'd say that maybe the backup quarterback, an older veteran, maybe Jacoby Brissett or something. And as much as I want to say Cam Newton is straight up my favorite player ever, I don't care what you think about him. He is the greatest quarterback in Panthers franchise history. He will be the greatest in franchise history. But I want to respect him because I've seen his YouTube channel. He uploads Madden. He's just relaxed. And I don't think that we should dismiss him. I think that think that he's just chilling his life. He's enjoying his life.
Yeah, I don't even think he really wants to play football anymore. Maybe
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I heard CJ Stroud first. I know CJ Stroud's got Jordan, you still there?
Yeah.
Jordan, who you got, man? If you had to take your pick,
you know he's going to say Corral.
It's either Bryce or Corral.
I mean, he might not. Who you taking, Jordan?
I would take Bryce or Corral.
Bryce.
Bryce is miles better than
would you take? Wait, hold on, Jordan. Would you take Corral over Stroud? The spot, bro. Come on.
I think I would. No, I think I'll take Stroud over Corral.
Stroud over Corral.
I don't know.
All right.
You know, I think it'll end up being is it's going to end up being. It's going to be everybody's going to be upset when they get Derek Carr.
I will be
because you guys forget Frank Reich really pushed hard to trade before the Josh McDaniels got there to get Derek Carr, but he couldn't get management on board to trade for him. They didn't want to give up the picks for him. I think he'll probably try to get Derek Carr on the cheap, and then he could let him in. You know, if he's terrible, let it play out for 3-4 games, and then you see Corral play too. So I think he's a good bridge. I think he's a good bridge quarterback. Derek Carr.
I think if Derek Carr signed to the Panthers, I don't even know if he would stay healthy for a whole season. And then Matt Corral.
What's the point? Yeah. It's like Jimmy G too.
Healthy for the whole season. You know,
Jimmy G got hurt, fell off the bench.
David Carr didn't stay healthy for the Panthers. Why would Derek Carr be any different?
David Carr.
He doesn't wear gloves.
Not very mobile either. He's basically a statue behind the pocket, so he's not moving very much. Pickle, who would you pick if you had your pick, no matter what?
Give me the quarterback.
It's tough, I know.
Whoever you want.
Huh? You already know who he's saying.
Who you gonna say, Pickle?
Stroud.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say Hendon Hooker.
Me too.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah,
You can tear his ACL.
If it was realistic, I would, because I what I would do if I run the draft and y'all wouldn't like it, or maybe not all of you. What I would do, I would draft a wide receiver, a tight end, or a linebacker, or a defensive end in the first round.
Yeah, that's
I'm with
And I
that.
would get my quarterback in the second round.
I'd trade down a little bit and try to get Mayer.
Yeah, that quarterback would be if a guy was first round talent dropped, he might be my guy. But I'd also
So basically,
but I also
you're saying Stroud in the first round, but if it was in the second round, you would take Hooker.
Yeah, because Stroud ain't going to drop to 9. We're going to have to trade a shitload up to get it. There's no guarantee that another team will do that trade.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. I agree. We might not be able to jump. I mean, maybe with Chicago, but I'm not trying to trade all the way up to number 1. Like that's
I know, that's
expensive.
insane.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much. Hey, let me welcome Eric to the show. Eric, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
Hey, what's up? How are y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
what's
How
up,
are you?
Eric?
Hey,
I'm
let me
doing
get
good.
your opinion. Let me get your opinion on Frank Reich, man. You excited about Frank Reich?
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm going to keep my expectations moderate, but I have more optimism than when we had rules. So that's all that counts.
For sure. All right. Since we're on you, let me just ask you, what's your choice? Who would be the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers in 2023?
I really hope Matt Corral works out. I really do. I'm pulling for him.
Nice. Dude, I would love that. Yo, G baby, you would never be able to talk to me again, bro. I would never let you live it down if Matt Corral became the franchise quarterback, though. But I'd be going crazy all the time.
Imagine if Corral beat Stroud out for the spot. He'd really stop talking to you.
Oh, dude, that would be incredible. G baby, who you picking, man? You can only pick one. I know you like Bryce Young.
I know
but if you're only picking one of them to be the quarterback, who you picking?
Oh man.
Call your
It's,
shot, man.
it's definitely Bryce Young, man. And if
Bryce
it's not
Young.
Bryce Young, then I'm going for Justin Fields. And if it's not Justin Fields, then I'm going for CJ Stroud. And then if it's not for CJ Stroud, then I'm going to wait until the third round and I'm going to go get Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett is 25 years old. Get that crap out.
I take Bennett over Anthony Richardson. I take Bennett over Matt Corral. I take Bennett over Will Levis. Yeah, Bennett's that dude, bro.
Man, we get ready to go
I
at
hear
it.
you.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Stetson Bennett runs a 4.4, bro.
You told me before he got
Stetson Bennett's not running no 4.4, G baby.
Stetson Bennett's got them wheels, bro.
You told me that you wasn't
4.5, the lowest, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Stetson Bennett's a fucking athlete, dog. Okay. All right.
He just looks fast because he's white.
Stetson Bennett is short and skinny like Bryce Young, and he's as old as Hendon Hooker.
Hey, Stetson Bennett might. Stetson Bennett
He's faster than Bryce Young.
Tell Georgia fans
Stetson
that.
Bennett might be as old.
Tell Georgia fans
Stetson
that, bro.
Bennett might be
You
as
sound
old as
crazy,
Panther
bro.
Fan, but I ain't taking Stetson Bennett.
Why?
Bro, y'all want to talk about Hendon Hooker? Hendon Hooker's the same fucking age as fucking Stetson Bennett, and he's coming off an ACL, bro.
Yeah, I don't want Hendon Hooker either.
He'll be healthy before the season anyway.
No, he won't. No, he won't. No, he won't.
Hooker's going down like the fifth round.
Wait, I wanted to ask you this. Wait, why? Wait, hold on. Time out. Well, let me ask you this: Why Bryce over Justin and CJ? What makes him a better prospect than both of those two, who are bigger and stronger?
Because as long as I've been a Panthers fan, I
broke up. You still there? G baby froze. Bro.
No, he didn't freeze on mine.
He didn't freeze on my end.
Mine is
He's not freeze.
He's not
frozen on mine.
He's not frozen on yours.
No.
All right, now you're not. All right, yeah. Now I hear you. Now you're not frozen no more. All right, go ahead.
Okay, you guys can hear me though.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, as long as we've had QBs in the Carolinas, and Cam Newton's my favorite QB, my favorite player of all time, bro. We've never had a QB to hit the easy checkdowns, man. Bryce Young, when I kid you not, man, Bryce Young can make every pass. He can make every check down. He can get the ball to every single. He is the Stephen Curry of fucking football, man. He can distribute the ball throughout the fucking field, man. We've never had that shit in Carolina, and I'm telling you right now, Frank Reich's no dummy, bro. If we're gonna trade up to get CJ Stroud, we might as well just trade up to go get fucking Bryce Young. Frank Reich's gonna go get his fucking guy, man. And you guys keep on talking to me about this weight, this height, bro. That didn't stop fucking Bryce Young from winning a Heisman and a fucking national championship in the SEC, bro. And you guys want to talk about Stetson Bennett? Stetson Bennett won 2 national titles at Georgia, bro. In the SEC, bro.
He weighs 120 pounds. What you mean 20 pounds, bro?
I understand people have
120 pounds winning national titles, bro. He's winning natties, bro.
I understand people.
Hey, how about this? How about this? He's 100. He's 120 pounds, and Stetson Bennett was in the same high school graduating class as Panther Pickle.
Yo, I think a big thing that has to be said here is
Bryce Young needs a step stool to get the cups off the top shelf.
What's it called? Talent surrounding quarterbacks. I think that's a big thing.
Bryce Young and Stetson Bennett.
Bryce Young is better
quarterback. If they're our quarterback, when they have to do the deep pass, they're going to get the fullback or tight end to lay down on their stomach so they can climb on top of him, see over the offensive line.
Jump on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask Panther Drew. Panther Drew, if you're picking your quarterback for 2023, who?
Man, I know I'm not. I'd get some kind of scab vet, but I'm running Corral.
Nice. Let's go.
Because hear me out on this one, and I know kind of G Baby's thinking that too, but he's not liking that. But I say you run with him, then you know what you have, 100%. And you don't. That's why I don't like trading up. You get those picks next year. There's some better. You could trade down. I say like get down into the 20s, pick up another first, and then next year if Corral doesn't work out, you got a couple. Then you have the ammo to move up for that top pick. It could be one of the guy out of Carolina.
So we gotta wait another year, right?
Well, no, you might have to wait another. That's the thing. You don't know.
Bro, we ain't got time for that shit.
Just like Bryce, you don't know on any of these players. I get.
So you think Frank Reich can afford a 4-win season?
I don't think he'll get a 4-win season.
Keep on telling me this next draft. Oh, it's the QB draft. The QB draft. Well, you guys be the top 3 pick. All right, so if that's what you guys insinuating, then that means you guys want us to suck dick to get into that top 3 pick, bro.
No,
right? So
not at all.
It's not even being that bad, G. Talking about
not at all. Like,
but you're talking about trading up for CJ Stroud. Why couldn't we trade up next year for one of those guys if there's a non-quarterback needed team up there? Like,
yeah, that kid out of USC looks pretty legit.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Caleb.
Williams number 1. That means you got to trade up to number 1. If you guys ain't willing to trade up to get Bryce, you guys are willing to trade up to get Caleb Williams.
That's when you mask those picks. See if you get a couple extra. If you get an extra first, you throw 3, 4 first rounds. I mean, I'm not saying it's the best option, but I'm saying if Corral or doesn't work out, then you do that because I think he has just as much chance of hitting as CJ Stroud. And I do like Stroud though, and that's the only Ohio State quarterback I've ever liked.
Pee-wee couldn't beat out P.J. Walker, and he couldn't beat out Sam Darnold, and he couldn't beat out fucking Baker Mayfield.
How could you call anybody Pee-wee when you bought Bryce Young?
He didn't even have the opportunity to beat him out.
Bryce Young is Matt Corral's peewee.
Matt Rule never even gave him the opportunity to compete for the job.
That's the only pick I know Matt Rule didn't do because he treated Matt Corral like trash. He put him on that garbage fourth string.
Did not want him.
He basically had to start Mayfield so it doesn't look stupid.
I watched most of training camp, and I will never forget Matt Corral standing over on the side. Well, every time he would start to approach, Matt Rule would go like this. Matt Rule would tell him, "You just stay over there. You just stay over there." And Matt Rule made him just stand there and watch. The training camp was over.
I think that was a McAdoo. McAdoo really wanted him, I think.
Yeah. And then there was times he didn't even get to take a snap.
Oh, for sure.
And by the time he got in there, he knew what he was doing. And then he was fourth string.
I went to one of the days of training camp there, and I sat there the whole day saying, "Why is Matt Corral not getting any reps?" He was literally the only thing he did all day. He was just doing he was hitting that jump rope of his. And he was doing those stair drills where he's like moving his feet. That's the only thing he's doing.
That was on Matt Rule, not ever giving him a shot to legit compete.
What week was it that Matt Corral got hurt? Was it what week in preseason?
I think the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's only 3 preseason games, right?
Yes.
I think it was the second one.
Yep. Hey, G. Cavassier, man, who's your starting quarterback for 2023, bro? If you had your pick.
Oh, I'm going to get heat for this, but I said it once, I said it twice. Anthony Richardson out of Florida, AR-15.
All right.
I would get a
at
veteran.
pick 39. At pick 39, I'm good.
That guy will be available at pick 9.
Why do you like Anthony Richardson so much?
To me, he seems tough as hell. He has a decent deep ball. You know what I'm saying? And he can scramble and everything like that. And no, I'm not saying he's like Cam Newton or nothing like that. But that dude, I've seen that dude take some hits. He stays on his daggone feet. The only thing about Anthony Richardson I don't like is he don't play from the pocket all that good. I be noticing that. And his feet move a lot. It's like he don't hardly ever feet.
Happy feet.
That could coach. That could be coached like that. But you put him behind Frank Reich. Oh my God! I think, that would be something.
And you give him that offensive line. You know, give him the time to better and get his accuracy under control. How about this? I believe Anthony Richardson is the best physical prospect in the draft at quarterback. Like his set of tools, the arm talent, the running ability, he has it all, man. He just has to put it all together. And the only other thing that's giving teams pause on Anthony Richardson is he's only started for 1 year. So people are like,
but Burrow proved that's not a big deal. I mean, if you have one good year, then that's all really you need.
Joe Burrow,
he had that one good year in LSU. Before that was pretty okay.
Right.
He won a championship too. That helped his ass out too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Richardson, but I'm saying if you get him at the bot, like you got to get him like in the 30s or like in the bot. Like I think he's gonna last until I think might be one of those guys that drops into the second round.
And it's fun.
I don't know, Frank, because I believe that myself, but at the very same time, the Ravens traded up to draft Lamar Jackson with a 32nd pick. Everybody said that was a bad move, but they did it and it worked out for them.
Yeah.
They are still having issues there. Who's to say they don't draft him with their 28th pick?
Really? Yeah.
I kind of think Richardson might go in the same range as Kenny Pickett last year, like the early 20s. I think you might see Richardson go in that range.
And we all know, gentlemen, every draft, one of the players we keep talking about, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Levis out of Kentucky, Anthony Richardson, all these other tight ends. Some players are gonna daggone fall. I'm telling you, that's gonna happen. A player that you thought was gonna go like in the top like 5 or the top like 7 is gonna fall. It happens every damn year, just especially when it comes to quarterbacks, man. It happens, man. Remember Aaron
No,
Rodgers?
no doubt.
Rodgers, I knew up and
Yeah.
down. I knew he was gonna go to the damn 49ers. I was kept telling people, and he fell and kept falling and falling and falling. I was like, damn, Green Bay picked him up. I remember that draft.
Yeah.
I believe, Cody. I believe that Anthony Richardson may go to pick 20th. Which is the Seahawks.
If he's there at 9, take him.
That's possible.
Yeah. Need to take. That's my opinion.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll pick him over.
I mean, hey, it's no, geez, I mean,
he's the third best quarterback in this draft.
yeah, a lot of mock drafts have us taking him at number 9.
Hell yeah.
So that's definitely possible. Hey, let me get one more. Let me get one more quarterback question, and then I'm going to bring a very special guest in. Zesty, who is your quarterback for 2023 if you're picking?
Woo. All right, realistically, because I really don't want to trade up and give these picks away. I think Matt Corral can do it. I mean, someone hinted at it earlier. What talent did Matt Corral have at Ole Miss? I mean, like compared to CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, I mean, what talent? I mean, like those were top 5 teams, and Matt Corral pulled it off. He played great. But if we're getting freaky with it, I'm going to get some hate, and his name was just mentioned, Lamar Jackson would be so weak to have.
We can't
Are you drunk? Are you drunk? You're not getting all them picks if you trade for Lamar Jackson.
Fantasy. I said fantasy. I said I get hate. I said it ahead of time.
True.
And to be fair, I did say. No, look, I did say to the man. I said to the man, "Hey, you have your pick, whatever quarterback you want." So, hey, that's legit, man. I just want that to happen.
Newton. Fuck.
A lot of people want that to happen. I just think it would be too expensive, man. But I hear you though.
Oh no, for sure, way too expensive.
You guys think it would depend on the offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen him have a lot of success outside of Greg Roman offense. That's been the only coordinator he's ever had.
I mean, didn't they just fire Greg Roman too? I thought they got rid of Greg Roman.
Yeah, but I do not. I would.
I'm just saying. I was just saying.
Far away from Greg Roman. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. But hey, man, listen, I got a very special guest.
Oh yeah.
I got a very special guest. You know him, you love him. He's the future of Panther fandom, just like my man Connor. Noah, what's up, brother?
Guys? What's up?
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good.
Hey, man, let me ask. Think about Frank Reich being the new head coach of the Carolina Panthers.
I really didn't think that he was actually going to get the job, but I really hope that Steve Wilks was going to get it. But I feel like hopefully he has a good turn on the team, and I know he has been a quarterback coach, so I feel like he should be able to help us with the quarterback. And I hope that we get all the problems solved because Carolina didn't look too good this season.
Yeah, the quarterback. We've been the worst quarterback team in the NFL, I think, the past few seasons.
Sam left.
Yeah, no doubt. Connor, let me ask you this, man. If you had your pick of whatever quarterback in the 2023 season, who are you picking, man? It can be anybody from the draft, anybody from free agency. What's going to be the guy you're picking?
I'm just gonna go ahead and be straight with you. I've already been asked this question, but I would love to answer it again.
I said. My bad. Did I say Connor? I thought I said Noah. I may have messed up. Did I mess up? I'm doing 15.
Get these youngins confused.
My
mama does it all the time.
I'm doing like 15 different things at once, y'all. Y'all gotta pray for me, man. Noah, who is your quarterback for the 2023 season? My apologies. If you had any pick of any quarterback that is available through the draft or free agency, who are you picking?
I feel like we may go with Corral for the beginning of the season, but my quarterback of the season, it may be Justin Fields.
Oh, I like that. Let's go.
I think it may be Justin Fields.
All right, tell me why.
I feel like they got the first round pick. I feel like they may go for quarterback there. I mean, you got Bryce, you got CJ Stroud, you got all these quarterbacks, and we may go for Anthony Richardson. But I feel like if we do go for Anthony Richardson, I feel like he may have to sit out for a couple of games, let him like get the hang of it, and play Corral for a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah,
I love that, man.
Cause I feel like with Corral, right? I feel like we put him behind like a bad like offense. So I feel like if we put Anthony Richardson, like we get some new tools of like good tackle and like
We got a good tackle.
I feel like we get all this. I feel like we get all this good stuff. I feel like we should put him under that, and I feel like he can succeed under. Cause I mean, all the other quarterbacks that we put under there, they either got injured a whole bunch of times or they had to run out in the pocket to get some type of yards. So but most definitely, it may be Anthony Richardson or Will Levis too.
No, dude, those are great answers, man. Like, I mean, you said Justin Fields. I feel like I've been a big defender of Justin Fields. I think if you gave him some more talent around him,
yes, most definitely.
You know, a lot of people say that he's an inaccurate quarterback, but the Bears don't even have a good team around him.
Yeah, you gotta look at the people who's coaching him too. I mean, people like head staff of the Bears not really that good like that. So I feel like we put him behind a good O-line and all this good stuff. I feel like he can succeed too.
No, I feel you, man. I would love that. It depends.
Good.
Yeah.
Kind of O-line. Oh my God. Woo.
Dude, that would be incredible, man. And I'm a big believer in Justin Fields. I remember before he had committed to Georgia, a lot of Clemson fans wanted us to recruit Justin Fields because they thought he would be the next Deshaun Watson. And then we went and got Trevor Lawrence, and the rest is history. But
there is a
I'm
report.
a big fan of Justin Fields. Yep.
There is a report out on Twitter. I found it a while ago, and I lost it. But it states that the Bears are entertaining offers for Justin Fields because they're enamored with Bryce Young. Now, there's also a report put out 16 minutes ago that Vic Fangio, the same guy who projected Frank Reich to be signed here, that I called a lame reporter a week ago, is also now reporting that Vic Fangio is expected to be named the Panthers' next defensive coordinator tomorrow.
Wait, where are you seeing that, Pickle? Where are you seeing that?
Todd Hampton, I'll send it to you.
Dang, y'all, we might have a brand new defensive coordinator, y'all. Let's go.
That's one of the division.
Hey, y'all. And for y'all youngsters out there,
defense in the NFC South by far. If we get Fangio, we might be top 5 in the NFL or at least the NFC.
And you think, I'm telling you, man, for y'all that don't know, that was the same defensive coordinator that taught and coached the late, great Sam Mills. Oh, my God, y'all. Oh, my God.
Let's go.
God bless your soul, Sam.
It's
God
all
bless
coming
your soul.
together.
Damn. Woo.
Hey, yo, real quick on the quarterback talk. Like, to be honest, I think any new perspective would be great. I mean, our offensive line kicked ass last year. I think our offensive line can make realistically any quarterback we get look good.
Now, this guy like a real choice. He even made Sam Darnold look good.
Yeah.
A little bit.
14 minutes ago, Albert Greer said Fangio is in Carolina. Miami. It says Fangio is in playing Carolina and Miami. And he goes on to say San Francisco and Philly could be targeting but he goes on to say a bidding war could be coming. But let's be honest.
Dude, there is no way. Listen. There is no way that David Tepper is going to lose a bidding war for Vic Fangio. David Tepper would sign a blank check in a heartbeat.
Bro, the only person
in a
Tepper
heartbeat
could lose, is Denver. to be honest.
When we're talking about Fangio, I gotta say we're talking about playoff caliber staff, probably.
Only problem with Fangio is I don't know if unless he wants to run a 4-3, I don't know if we have the staff for a 3-4. I don't. Derek Brown isn't a nose. Like I don't know if he's good enough to play that end spot.
Yeah, we don't. We have a nose. I know people don't realize this. We got him last year as an undrafted rookie. He's 345 pounds. McCall.
I mean, just because he's a big dude doesn't make him a good spot there.
I'm not saying that he's a day one starter, but it's a nose tackle.
Do we still have Bravion Roy on the team?
Yes.
I thought we cut him.
Bravion Roy.
Yeah, Bravion Roy would be a good nose tackle in the 3-4.
Yes, he would.
And I mean, you could kick Anderson. I mean, you could kick. I'm gonna pull.
But then who you playing? You gonna play a Brown at a DN? Like it's a tough.
Yeah,
even at 3-4 DN.
And a 3-4 though, you got to remember last year he lost a little weight. Remember?
Yeah.
You're talking about how they wanted him to lose weight. That helped him with his speed, and because they told him they were going to play more on the blitz end. But then because Laurinaitis, who's a free agent, but probably will come back with Vic Fangio here, I'm sure he'll do a quick re-sign.
Ioannidis?
Yeah, and he's played in before in a 4-3, and a 3-4 with Washington.
Yeah, but if you're ending a 3-4, you're basically like a 5-10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
So I mean, it's a change. You just have to find those players. But I mean, if you're a professional coach, you probably could coach them up in that spot. But
But Fangio is going to draw you free agents himself.
Yo, guys, quick. I gotta go. I got dinner. Maybe if there's an open spot, I might be able to come back. But if I'm not,
I appreciate you. Yeah, Connor, we're probably not going to be on here too much longer. So I definitely appreciate you coming on here, bro.
All right. By the way, for the next free for all, take notes because I want to show my mock draft 1.0.
Oh, let's go. All right. Well, everybody be awaiting Connor's first official mock draft.
The Mel Kiper.
Oh, yo,
yeah,
guys, I got to jump out as well. I got to go play some Madden and whoop some ass. Before I jump out, I'm going to just say it. Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah, hold on. One at a time. Wait, hold on. To the guy, to the guy who's playing Madden. Go ahead.
Yo, sorry. That's here. Yo, got it. Appreciate being here, guys. I'll try to join more often. Dalton Kincaid, please. I pray for it to happen. Woo. I like it. Look up tape. Utah or even Keithy, even though he had an ACL. They're both from seniors, but they're bad motherfuckers. Okay, peace out, guys.
Nice.
Later.
Yeah.
Peace out, brother.
Can someone tell me what Vic Fangio? What the fuck has this man done?
He's just
he's one of the
best defensive coordinators.
Somebody tell me, bro. Y'all are all
I'll tell
over
you
here
right now.
sucking his dick like he's like. Can someone tell
I'll
me,
tell you
bro?
right now. Hold up.
He's been around forever. He's a solid, and he's always had a D. Like he's never a bottom half. He's always a top half of the league defensive coordinator.
When John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh was with the 49ers, Vic Fangio was the defensive coordinator there.
All right, hold on. Let me read off. Let me read off everywhere he's been. Okay, he started with the New Orleans Saints. He's been New Orleans coach. He was the defensive coordinator for the Panthers between 1995 and 1998. He's been the defensive coordinator for the Colts. He's been the defensive coordinator for the Houston Texans. When the Baltimore Ravens won their Super Bowl between 2006 and 2008, he was their special assistant to the head coach / defensive assistant. He was the Baltimore Ravens linebacker coach in 2009. He was the defensive coordinator for Stanford in 2010. From 2011 to 2014, he was for the San Francisco 49ers. Between 2015 and 2018, defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. Then he served with Denver. he served with the Denver Broncos between 2019 and 2021 as the head coach.
He built the.
He was the head coach there, and then he has been a defensive consultant for the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's where I recognize this motherfucker fell on his fucking face in Denver, bro. That's where I recognize this motherfucker from.
Yeah,
bro.
but he's a damn and
Now, see, I wonder, fellas.
But this is my thing. All his success was from fucking 2005 and before. Oh, actually, he had that success with San Francisco.
Well, he had a good defense when he was the head coach at Denver.
Yeah, the defense was the best part of the football team.
Yeah, he's just not a head coach. He's a coordinator.
So he
out
got
of
some
every
history on him.
out of every defensive name on this list, or that has been interviewing for jobs, Vic Fangio are the most accomplished out of all of them.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to welcome two people to the show. My man Creeper, what's up, dude?
Yo.
What's up, man?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Doing fine.
Good. And then, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was just. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to introduce my man coming down from enemy territory, Morales, Chad, my brother. What's up, dude? Long time no see,
up, guys?
bro.
I know, man. How you been?
How you doing, man? How you feel about that Frank Reich hiring?
Well, I'll tell you this: being and living in the New Orleans area, I got a lot of friends that are Saints fans down here. Obviously, it's disgusting, and they have put their 2 cents about this hire. And a buddy actually just texted me and told me about this Vic Fangio, sources, rumors, and all that, and that's why I checked to see if y'all were still potting. So he said that if Vic Fangio comes to Carolina with Frank Reich and we can somehow get a quarterback, a Saints fan told me that the next 3 to 5 years is Carolina, even with Tom Brady in the division. We got a lot of young talent. I love the hire. I appreciate what Steve Wilks did for us, but with the NFL switching to this offensive mindset, I mean, 4 out of the last 5 head coaches have won Super Bowls, and the head coaches have been offensive minded. So I like that David Tepper and the Carolina Panthers are going more towards an offensive mind. So yeah, and I saw your tweet about the rumors. I don't know how real it is or anything about Justin Fields.
Yeah.
How do you feel if we could figure out a way to get Justin Fields? Because I would take Fields over any of these quarterbacks coming out of the draft. Now, if we're talking next year with Drake May and Caleb Williams,
maybe.
I don't even think I
I'd
don't
rather
even
have
think
Stroud
I disagree
over
with
Fields.
you, man. Like, listen, I feel like people think sometimes that I'm knocking Bryce Young and Stroud. I'm not denying that they're good quarterbacks. What I am saying is that, to me, Justin Fields has a much higher ceiling than Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Not that they're not good, but Justin Fields has a bazooka for an arm, and the dude can run a 4.3. Like, he is.
and he doesn't have a line in Chicago. You put him in a line down with Carolina. I mean, you're right. The ceiling is.
Doesn't have a line. Doesn't have any receivers. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the Bears.
Chicago's ass.
Yeah, the Bears have been bad forever. So,
bro,
my point is this: if you're gonna be sitting
we're
at
not asking
number 9,
more crack than that.
If you're number 9, you're probably gonna have to trade up for the quarterback that you want anyway. So if I'm gonna give up future assets, I would rather do it for the higher upside player. So I don't even disagree with you, man.
I feel like
go ahead, buddy.
I just feel like Bryce Young. I feel like he's just like another Kyler Murray, like 2.0. That's how I feel about Bryce Young. When I hear Bryce Young, I think of Kyler Murray. To be honest,
Kyler Murray, bro.
I mean, he's smart. And he as a quarterback, Bryce Young is brilliant. But I just don't like the 5'11", 5'10", 5'11" quarterback. That's not even 200 pounds. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Not and like I'm an SEC guy, so I watch Bryce Young all the time. And
You an SEC guy, right?
I'm an LSU fan, bro.
You an LSU fan, so you damn well, and you seem like you a pretty hefty dude. You damn well know a 20-year-old, I'm gonna say baby, can put fucking weight on with a fucking pro NFL program, nutrition program, bro.
Gee,
we're only talking about 10 pounds, man.
Bro, can't teach
so
tall.
let's say this: if Bryce Young comes in at 6 feet tall, and he comes in over 200 pounds, what do you guys got to say about it?
Did you see that? If you no, G baby, you see that that picture where he's standing
picture
next
was from 2019, G.
That's still his size now. That's still his size now. He's
No,
not
I
that
don't
much
think
big.
it is, bro.
But baby, did you hear the rumors? He hired a personal trainer. He's trying to get up to 200. Let's say that he does that. He's still one of the smaller quarterbacks in the NFL, bro. Like, that's undeniable. Like, he doesn't have the thickness that Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson have, being the same height.
He'll be tight in Lamar Jackson.
Even Sean Payton said recently that we need to stop hiring or drafting players with short and small frames in the top 15.
I mean, if we're gonna go, if we're talking Bryce Young, we might as well go Stetson Bennett. I mean, shit, fuck it, right?
Yeah.
That's what we had that conversation earlier.
And then Stetson Bennett,
Max is begging or something.
Stetson Bennett, you can get in the late second round.
He gave him a 6th.
Third.
I don't think he's going anywhere. Maybe that's high. 4th.
Either way, you don't have to waste a first round pick on it.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a solid
the height and the weight. What do your fucking eyes tell you, motherfuckers, bro? When you watch Bryce Young, what the fuck do your eyes tell you, bro?
No one's saying Bryce
the weight and the
is
height,
bad.
bro.
It tells
No
me
one's
he's
saying
an
Bryce is
excellent
bad.
college football quarterback.
It's
it
a
tells
preference.
me in the NFL he's going to get creamed.
It's a
what our eyes say is that he's definitely probably the most talented there, but it's the whole body. That body gonna hold up. Like you just don't know. He could be a 20-year in a league like Tom Brady. He doesn't have to rely on any athleticism. We got a stud offensive line. He could be a Hall of Famer. You just don't know if he gets hit. If he's gets drafted by Atlanta and he's garbage. He just gets destroyed all year.
Well, he's going to Houston, so it's going to be garbage anyway.
Well, that's what I mean. Houston doesn't have a line.
Yeah, let's look. Even if Chicago trades Fields,
oh, he'd really be dead.
To draft Young, the poor boy's gonna get creamed.
You'll
never hear from him again.
If I was Bryce Young, I'd come out in pro day and fake a slight injury. Maybe I'd drop about 10 picks.
You'd have to like limb drops. Like, there's no way.
Just have pull Eli Manning.
Yeah, I'd do something.
Like I said, with like
I'd stay another year.
Every damn draft when players falling and hearing you guys talking and everything like that. This is my opinion. Well, my question to you guys, I want everybody's opinion. Do you think Bryce Young, his height is gonna make him fall in the damn draft because of his height? I say yeah.
I say
Yes.
Definitely.
To the Colts.
It's
I'd say
possible.
the Colts. Number 4.
It's
I
possible.
would not. I wouldn't be surprised if he.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well,
Think
he's
about
not
it.
dropping out of the top 5, though.
I mean, we were talking about Kenny
Hey,
Pickett.
hey, by the way, let me welcome let me
don't matter.
welcome Matt Corral, Roast Shine to the stream. What's
What's
up,
up,
brother? How
everybody?
you doing, man?
Good.
Okay.
Real good.
Just having this quarterback discussion.
Hey, yo, I got.
Yeah, go ahead, G.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one. Keep pounding.
All right, G.
All right, peace and love, G. See you next time, homie.
No doubt.
I just
All
think
right,
that we're all.
yeah.
Go
So look, here's what I'm gonna do. We're getting almost to 10 o'clock, so it's almost 3 hours. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get everybody's final thoughts about Frank Reich, the quarterback position, and then I'm gonna get everyone's predictions for the AFC NFC Championship game, and we're gonna head on out, man. I think it's been a good. I feel like we've had more people come through the show today than we ever have, man. So the Friday free for all is lit. I appreciate y'all for coming through and hanging out. Yeah. So yeah, who wants to go first, man? Final thoughts
Give me
on
Joe
Frank
Burrow.
Reich.
Give me Joe Burrow. Give me Joe Burrow. He is going to wax that Kansas City defense. Bengals, Eagles. Bengals, Eagles.
Bro, I didn't even have to guess who you were picking. Like I knew that on point. That's the LSU. Bro, if you didn't go for Joe Burrow, I'd be disappointed in you. How about that? I know my brother is. My brother's a diehard LSU fan, and he's so pumped. He damn near feels like a Bengals fan right now.
Well, I'm excited for him. I think I'm more excited for the NFC Championship game. I feel like both of those teams equivalent and complement each other in so many levels. Good tight ends, good O-lines, really good defensive lines. I think that we're in for a real good weekend. So I've got Eagles, Bengals, and I got Cincinnati taking it all. Joe Burrow is not losing 2 Super Bowls in a row.
I hear you, man. That's pretty much what I'm going to. I'm pulling for the Bengals the rest of the way, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joe Burrow is ice cold. Like at a certain point, that man's just undeniable. You know what I mean? So
cool,
Shiesty,
Burr.
Yeah, and I'm not being the biased asshole fan, but the 19 LSU Tigers is the greatest football team ever assembled. Sorry,
That's
guys.
a lie.
Oh,
That's a lie,
bro.
Yeah, you lost me.
And he dropped the mic on y'all.
You lost me.
And he dropped the
I don't
mic
know about
on
the
y'all.
defense, but that offense.
He dropped his phone.
No, I didn't
Offense
drop.
was
I
top
didn't
tier.
drop the phone, but nah, bro. I'm sorry. I could get in that discussion. I know Cody's trying to get out of here, but nah, bro. Mm-mm.
No, I hear you. You have
Chase, Parrots, Marshall, Thaddeus.
Bro, no way, bro. That team ain't even better than the 05 Texas Longhorns, bro.
Get the fuck out of here.
That team ain't even better than the 02 Miami Hurricanes, bro. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Come on, bro.
Bro,
I like the 02 Hurricanes.
Come on, bro.
That was a different era of football.
Ain't even better than the Longhorns, G. Ain't no fucking way. Vince Young and the Longhorns ain't no fucking way, bro.
Did the Longhorns beat 7 top 10 teams when played that year?
Dude,
Did they do that?
Bro.
Did they do that?
The Longhorns would wax that ass, bro.
Please.
I promise you.
Please.
Y'all ain't even better than the 04 USC Trojans with Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart, bro.
Oh my God.
Like, come on, dog. There's levels to this shit.
Hey, how about this?
What?
My 2018 Clemson Tigers is better than everybody. I don't give a damn what nobody says, baby. Oh shit.
Oh my God, bro.
Don't listen to those massage therapists.
I know, right? Everybody's
Oh my God, I'm sick to my stomach. Longhorns. Oh my
that's what
God.
that's what happens when you're on the free for all. You might get sick to your stomach sometimes.
Oh boy, lose your
The 05 Longhorns, baby.
They are not. Nah, sorry.
Hook 'em horns, baby.
Respect to the Longhorns because I got a lot of respect and a lot of friends in Texas, but no, sir.
All right, so
At
here's
least
what I'm
we
gonna do. I'm
agree
gonna
on the
bounce
Panthers,
around.
bro. At least we agree on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Good
So
God.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bounce around. When I call your name, and unless you told me already, give me your predictions for the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game. I'm gonna start at the very top. Panther Pickle. Give me your predictions, brother. Chiefs and Bengals and Eagles and 49ers.
Bengals and Eagles.
Bengals and Eagles and Super Bowl.
Straight chalk.
All right, I like that. Yeah, that's probably what I'm. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bury the lead. That's what I'm picking too.
Yeah,
and I'm picking the Bengals to go all the way.
And
I think they're the squad.
And Roger Goodell, because he ain't gonna have no superstar elites up there that he thinks he wants, he gonna sit in his office and cry. Cause his pet Patrick Mahomes ain't in the Super Bowl this year.
Poor Patty.
Kermit the Frog.
Panther Drew. I appreciate.
Yeah, I got you. I still think it's going to be the Bengals and the Niners. I bet the Niners get up there. I bet the Niners win by 2 touchdowns.
Damn, by 2 touchdowns.
Damn.
Woo! All right.
Damn.
I like that. Call your shot.
I'll come back next Friday and we'll talk about it. I got this one.
Yeah, definitely. No, hey,
wait a minute, dude. You got to come back next Friday, even if you're wrong.
For sure.
Because
For sure.
Friday free-for-all, when you're wrong, you got to pay the price.
Yeah, I got to see you guys give G-Baby a hard time all the time, so I got to come back too. I got to prove it.
Yeah, man.
Face
That's
the
what we do.
music.
G-Baby gives us a hard time, and we give him a hard time.
Don't face his
Oh, for sure.
But he's wrong about stats of running a 4.4. And no way in hell he's about to run a 4.4.
And Bryce being 6 foot.
Yeah, Bryce being 6. Maybe if you wore some high heel shoes, maybe.
Yeah.
But
hey, man, you got G-Babies today. They're still talking about trading Byron Burns in the chat. Let's be real. G-Baby would trade J.C. Horn yesterday.
don't get him started.
Honestly, I genuinely would.
Don't even get him started, Pickle. Don't even get. No,
I
we
know.
can't even.
We're gonna get down that wormhole.
Right we can't even. No, we're not even opening Pandora's box at the end of the show. We're not even going to do it. Let me see. My Noah, my guy, the myth, the legend, Noah. Who are you picking?
Okay.
In
Okay,
the
it's
NFC
not
and AFC
really
championship.
It's really not even a debate. Eagles and Bengals. I mean, it's not really a debate because Chiefs just got worn out, and 49ers got backup quarterback, and backup quarterback's really good, but it's just they're just not gonna make it. So it's gonna be Bengals Eagles Super Bowl. And I got one more thing to say before I leave out of here. Justin Fields for the new quarterback for the Carolina Panthers too. Yep, Justin Fields.
Hey.
I'd love it. I would love it. I would love
like
it.
that. I like that,
would
Noah. I like that, Noah. I like it a lot. My man Noah calls his shots. I like that about him.
I need this guy's Twitter handle. I need that guy's Twitter handle.
G? I don't even. G, are you on Twitter like that, dog?
I mean, I could be, but
G,
don't get me started, bruh.
Twitter.
That LSU didn't even have a defense like that, bro. That LSU offense was nasty.
Gee, you have to get on Twitter, bro. You're made for talking shit on Twitter, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta get on Twitter. That's all Twitter.
That's all Twitter is, man. I'd love to have a conversation, bro. All
man.
love.
Hey, you on social media? Or are you just on Twitter?
I'm on social media.
All right, when we end this podcast, I'll get your info, dog.
Okay.
All right.
Oh shit, we're making friends in this thing. Let's go.
Oh, always, bro. It's all love. It's all love.
Craigslist mixed connections.
Hey, all right. Next up, my man Eric. Eric, I appreciate you for coming on, dude. Who's your pick for the AFC championship? Championship, man.
I'm gonna go Bengals 49ers, and I'll take the Bengals because my uncle is a big Bengals fan.
All right. Got some family involved in it. Family affair. I like that.
And Joe Burrow's that dude.
Yeah, he really is that dude. No lie about that. Cephas, my man, you still there? Or Creeper, my bad. Yeah, I can't even read, bro. Bro, once we get to hour 3, my reading comprehension drops off a cliff, bro. Straight up. Like, I'm seeing double and shit right now. Creeper, my man, what's up, dude? Who are you picking in the championship games?
All I can say is that based off of these 4 teams, there's a 25% chance 4 of them Super Bowl matchups could happen. But I'm just going to go with 49ers and Bengals, and the only reason I'm going to go with the 49ers is because I think they have more experience. They know how to handle situations like this. But the Eagles do have the chip. They do have the chip on their shoulder too. And Joe Shiesty, Burr, Joe Cool, whatever you want to call him, I just think he's too cool.
Smoking Joe.
Burrowhead Stadium.
Burr. Joe Burrow's the man, dude.
And I gotta say, every weapon on that 2019 LSU offense somehow has become a star in the NFL.
Yeah. And dude, how about and we still waiting for Terrence Marshall Jr. to pop off in a big way. Terrence Marshall Jr. We have not the Carolina Panthers have not seen the best out of Terrace Marshall Jr.
Yo,
And
Wright could
that's
use
a
him well.
fact.
Wright could use
Oh
him well.
hell yeah, man, dude! We haven't really even thought about that. Think about how much wonder Frank Reich could do for a player like Terrace Marshall Jr.
Or DJ Moore, bro.
Yeah, man, dude, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
See,
freaking
Cody,
loving it,
that's
dude.
why we gotta go get that other receiver, dog, and DeAndre Hopkins.
I'm
bro.
down, dude. I'm down.
Fuck, bro.
I'm all the way. I'm
I'm
all
down
the
with
way
that, too.
down. I'm all the
You
way
got
down.
DeAndre, then you got DJ Moore, and you got Terrace Marshall Jr. still playing the slot. He played the slot in college.
Go get DeAndre, bro. I'm
Oh.
down.
Disgusting.
Go get DeAndre. I would do that in
That
a
would be
heartbeat, man.
That would be nasty.
That'd be quarterback friendly.
You
Yes,
talk about a
dude,
rookie
and then it doesn't
quarterback
really matter
coming in
what
with those
quarterback.
weapons of that line and that run game.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a straight up wrap.
do y'all see the difference in vibes just from just the head coach and where this team's heading now? Like, completely.
Yeah, Matt Rule was cancer,
180.
bro.
Yeah, no, 1,000%, Chad. But it feels like there's a new energy pulsing through the Panther fan base right now.
Yeah,
There's more
there's
optimism in the air.
Yeah, and hopefully
Get
the
in
bank
the
is going
air,
to be
man.
blue and black all the way around because
Yeah, man, and that's what I'm saying. I'm pulling for the Bengals. We gotta support the big cat teams. You know what I'm saying? We're just some fellow big cats over here. We gotta support the Bengals, man. That's gonna be us soon. That's gonna be us soon, man. That's the,
Looking forward to press conferences
that's
where you
the
don't have to hear
blueprint.
at the end of the day anymore.
Hey, by the way, I think on I think on Tuesday. So we always do our Tuesday show at 9, but I think I'm gonna try and live stream the press conference. So be on the lookout for that. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hey, Matt Corral will shine. Hey, so I never got your opinion on Frank Reich. Give me a few words. Give me a few, and then give me your predictions for the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship.
I mean, well, as y'all said, you know, Frank Reich, this is really exciting. You know, we finally, I think this is our first offensive-minded head coach, right?
Yes,
it is.
Yeah.
That's 95.
First ever.
Yeah. So
first ever. Yep.
This is very exciting. Very exciting. I hope we trade up and get Stroud. You know, so we can build. You know, our
Is that your
offense around.
QB, G? That's your QB? You want Stroud, G?
Yep, I want Stroud. Yeah.
Okay.
He's 0-2 against Michigan. I'll accept that.
I'd be good with Stroud too. I'd be good out of this class. I'd take Stroud.
Stroud for sure. I mean,
Man, have you guys watched his interview?
Which one?
CJ Stroud. Go watch a CJ Stroud interview, bro.
Yeah,
He looks like a good kid. I don't mind.
He has leadership ability. I'm not going to take that away from him. And also, no, I do know this about Stroud. So you know the players, they get the NIL deals now. They're able to make that money. CJ Stroud, all of the money that he made from NIL, he put it back to the team, and like I even think some Ohio State charities and stuff like that.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, the dude has his head on. The dude has his head on right. I'm not going to
Send
take
the
that away
fucking
from
ticket.
him.
Send the ticket in. Send the ticket in.
And not only that, Cody Lack, not only that, bro, he's a blue-collared player, bro.
Yeah.
I want blue-collar players that want to fucking win no matter what, bro. No matter what. They're not looking for a bag. I promise you, CJ Stroud's not looking for a bag like that, bro. He genuinely wants to win a fucking championship, bro.
Yeah,
it's like Joe Burrow, like Trevor, like
Corral.
So and you know what? You know what? To be very honest with you, the best comparison for CJ Stroud to the pro level, it might be Joe Burrow, because they have a kind of similar skill set. They don't necessarily have the biggest arm. They're not the fastest, but in the big time moments, they show up, and that's really, really important. So no, that's a good comparison. I like that. And they both went to Ohio State for a little bit, so you know.
Yeah.
That
Who's got these small hands?
No, he did have the small hands.
Or Burrow giving him hell.
No, he was making fun of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my
small hands, short arms.
Also on like.
None of that matters.
Yeah, I agree.
No. All right, yeah. So Matt Corral was shine. Give me your prediction for the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship.
I got Bengals and 49ers, and I got Joe Burrow coming out on top. He's not losing 2 years in a row. He's gonna get his get back and win that Super Bowl for real.
He gonna be in that locker room with that cigar with the Lombardi, bro.
That would be so.
Joe Burrow is probably the coolest quarterback playing football right now. He's just slide down,
he's
man.
So easy going.
Yeah, it's effortless, man. Effortless. But gentlemen, I appreciate each and every single one of you, man. This has been another edition of the C3 Friday Free For All, man. We just did 3 hours. We still got 137 people watching. Y'all are fucking epic, man. I love y'all.
Hit that like button and subscribe, man.
That's it, man. Hit the like button. Dude, we've had so many people come through the show and be a part of it. Hey, if you like the content, be a part of it. Come on next Friday. Be a part of the conversation. Be a part of the discussion. I appreciate every single one of my illustrious panel members. Pickle, Drew, G Baby, as always, bringing the fire. Everybody that came through, man. Definitely appreciate y'all. And we will be back. Let me see. I guess Tuesday, right? Yeah, there ain't nothing this weekend. So we'll be back this Tuesday with another edition of the C3 Panthers Podcast. And like I said, I might try and live stream Frank Reich's first press conference. So be on the lookout. We'll hang out.
Do you know what day that will be?
Huh?
Do you know what day that press conference is going to be, G?
Yeah, Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It'll probably be around.
I'm looking forward to that shit.
Yeah.
I want
man.
Yeah.
That's to say.
But before we get out of here, I want to just do a quick shout out to D'Amico Ryans, who is expected to be named the Texans head coach Monday.
Oh shit! For real?
Y'all remember that he was drafted by the Texans.
He was a Pro Bowl linebacker.
Yep.
Man, bro, that's so fucking dope, bro.
And JJ Watt endorsed him too. He was
the guy. Bro. Houston's about to love that shit, bro.
According to the word on the Twitter is the Broncos have evidently accepted this, protecting their number 2 guy, whoever that is.
Say it one more time.
The Broncos, according to the guy on the Twitter, the Broncos, that was the Broncos' number 1 pick as well. But they apparently have contacted their number 2 and 3 guys trying to schedule second interviews. So you pretty much know what's coming. That's what word is. Jeremy Fowler said that D'Amico wants to go to the Texans, and the Texans want him.
Yeah, I'm the writer for on drafttech.com. I'm also the analyst for the Texans. So I kind of have to keep track with their fan base a little bit. Yeah, they were really
For Texans, that'd be like us hiring Thomas Davis as a coach. For them, you know what I'm saying? For the Houston Texans, because they don't have a lot to cheer for anymore. So
and the Niners defense is balling out.
It is, Cody. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, fellas. Now that I look at the Frank Reich hiring, knowing that we had fucking Kellen Moore as our second, bruh, I swear to God on everything I love, I don't know if I would have been able to talk anything Carolina if we would have signed Kellen Moore, bro. So honestly, signing Frank Reich is honestly a blessing in disguise, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Dude, we could have done a whole lot worse.
Oh my God,
And remember, he was taking shots at Matt Rule, so we already like him even more, man.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that.
Across the bow. Hey, I love that, man. That's my coach, y'all. That's my damn coach. That's
my quarterback.
That's
my quarterback.
No, Kellen Moore's actually expected to be fired by the Cowboys. If he is,
I heard that.
David Tepper, don't freak if David Tepper wants to have him on staff somewhere since he impressed David Tepper. But I ain't worried about it as long as he's just on staff. So Frank can say, "Dude, stand over and shut up and let me show you how this shit's done."
I think Tepper's gonna let Frank hire his staff.
I hope. I really want that. I really hope that.
People were saying Kellen Moore might come to Carolina to be the OC. I doubt that happens, but no.
Watch him try to get left witch.
Quarterback's coach.
But all right, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. Hey, I'm gonna get up out of here. We just did 3 hours and 11 minutes. Dude, y'all are the man. I appreciate y'all. And hey, you already know what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We keep pounding.